What's up, everybody? My name's Devin. This is a live broadcast of the World Series, and it's the Dodgers versus the Astros. I am sorry about that. Ludwig! Hey! My bad, the dog barked at somebody walking by. He normally doesn't do that. As I was saying, this is the World Series. I am going to be watching the live telecast, the video feed, and I will be doing play-by-play of what I see. Think about it like radio. All you got to do is listen, but I got some important information up on the screen. And what do you know? This is the World Series. I am super excited. Oh, wow, Game 7 with the Dodgers. It's a dream come true. And 2017, who knew? It took so many years. But this is the World Series, and I made it before the game. So that's a step in the right direction. Usually, I'm not very good at doing this yet, so I get there in the third inning and do it for hours. But nonetheless, I am here early. It's the World Series Game 7. Why not? Honestly, I wanted to make it a little bit earlier so I can do like Dodgers news and we can get caught up. But I'm looking up here, and they got the warm-up. So I made it by the warm-ups, and I'm going to do the whole entire game. I'll be here with you. If you can't get to a TV, then that sucks, and at least you can listen to me. But if you just look hard enough, it's the internet. You should be able to find it. But if you can't find it, come back here, and I'll just tell you exactly what's happening. And also, if you don't like just the telecast, who knows why, but if you don't like TV telecasts, watch it with no sound, listen to me. It's like an alternative play-by-play broadcast. So anyway, this is the World Series. Where do I even start? Yesterday was a pretty fun game. It was a little bit nerve-wracking at the beginning, but we waited out Verlander, and sure enough, it's the end of the season. He is getting a little bit older. Think of how many games that is, how many days on the road that is. He's going to get tired. The same thing happened to Kershaw, and in the 5th or the 6th inning last night, he gave up runs, and sure enough, we were able to get ahead of him and clutch out that Game 6 against Verlander. That was so awesome, and now we are going to be going up against, not Springer. I still don't know who is pitching for Houston, but it's Darvish for the Dodgers, and you know what? I think he got blown up last time, but he's ready for this. He's not going to be too nervous. I'm feeling confident, but we would rather have somebody else. Kershaw, anyway, he's really good, and who knows who Houston's pitcher is, because it can't be Verlander or Kuchel, so it should be a pretty even matchup, and if the pitchers are even, I think the Dodgers are then winning because the batting is just as good, if not better, and we're at home. They are showing a downtown shot of Los Angeles right now. There is an ad for YouTube TV, so you can watch this on YouTube TV. The temperature, 69 degrees, humidity, 56 degrees, wind is light, so it's perfect. A guy wearing Ken Rosenthal, who's wearing a purple bow tie, is talking to the Astros. Who is this guy? I think that's the head coach, A.J. Hinch. Yeah, he's the head coach. You know what? He looks younger for a coach. That's kind of cool. Look at all the Dodgers fans in the background. I don't see any Houston yet. And this is still early in the stream. Nobody's probably here. But now they are cutting to Tom Verducci talking to Dave Roberts. I don't know what he's saying. I can't read lips. Let's see. 7th manager to lead the Dodgers to the World Series. Well, the first as far as I'm concerned. Dave Roberts, you know what? He is a good coach. He is maybe the best coach that knock that over. He's maybe the best coach that I've seen since I've been alive. This announcer for Fox Sports, that's a pretty traditional looking suit, pretty traditional looking hair. Don Newcomb and another old guy are out on the field. They're lost. They're lost. But now I think they found their way, And that's Sandy Koufax and somebody else, and they are throwing the ball to other old people. Luckily, they both caught it. And yeah, Game 7, Sandy Koufax is out on the field. Justin Turner is Jesus. We should just call him Jesus. He's the best baseball player. He is so solid at third. He is so good. He good in the dugout, and he hits so well. Now Darvish, 1 2/3, 6 hits, 4 earned runs, 1 walk, shortest career outing, including So Darvish last time got absolutely blown up. Now he has to realize that this Astros team is not normal. They hit better than any team in Major League Baseball. We played like over 100 games this season. Nobody did this. And the batting order is George Springer, Alex Bregman, Jose Altuve, and that is Murderers Row. And we got another one, Carlos Correa, Yuli Gurriel, and somebody else. I'm going too slow. Marwin Gonzalez, Josh Reddick, and Lance McCullers. I got to work on saying the lineups fast because there's 9 people. Anyway, the first 6 people on the Astros are who we really need to worry about. Springer being one of them, and we got to face him first. They are showing Corey Seager, who great to have him on the team. Who's this guy? Yasiel Puig. He was down on himself last night, but let's hope he brings the wild horse tonight because we could use a wild horse. This is the World Series. The umpire is home plate umpire Mark Wegner. So now from here on out, instead of saying the home plate now we know what to call him, Mark. And from what I have seen so far in the postseason, the balls and the strikes have been off according to the computer. But the reason why I'm complaining is I realize it can't be perfect. But there's the rhyme or reason to the balls and strikes that the umpires miss. It makes no sense. It makes no sense at all. Anyway, first Game 7 hosted at Dodger Stadium. Wow, that is amazing. The Dodgers have been very average for decades. Well, actually just 2 decades, 25 years. And yeah, we were just so average. How would we get to a Game 7? It takes the best team we've ever had, no weaknesses to get here. Here's the first pitch of the World Series, inside 96 miles an hour. I am going to refresh my video because maybe I'm a little bit, Now it says 502 bad gateway. That is not good. Let's hope I can get back very quickly. I need to stop messing with that. What is going on? I am so sorry, people. I am missing the beginning of the game by doing stupid stuff. I've done this before. Oh, here we go. There we go. I am back. Hopefully soon. It is one. Somebody got a double. I'm looking up right now. Somebody got a double right off the bat. And this is exactly what we have to worry about. Let's take a look. That was a meatball right over the plate. Springer took a great swing. And Springer is... I thought Chris Taylor was the best leadoff batter I can think of. This guy Springer might be just as good as Chris Taylor. So that is saying something. He got a double up. That's Ludwig. Springer got a double right up the line, and here's Alex Bregman, and he hits 2. Here's the first pitch. That's hit to the second baseman. They throw it over to first, and they throw it away into the dugout, and already somebody's coming home. Darvish got off to the worst start he could have had. Wow. That is not a good look for Darvish the rest of the game. The Japanese player from the Japanese leagues playing in Game 7 of the World Series, and he has a double and an error in the first 2 batters. And you know what? That could have been Bellinger. That was Bellinger. That was Bellinger's fault. Totally left Darvish hanging out on first base. It was a very odd hit. It was weird. And that was by far Bellinger's fault. You know what? I don't know what to say. We are down right off the bat. I'm sure Dave Roberts is not happy about that. Here's the pitch. Outside, it is 1-0 to Jose Altuve, and this guy Altuve is the best hitter on Houston. He always gets on base, and then right after him is a giant of a man, and he hits home runs. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's a strike, and I have to remember that this umpire has a very delayed mark. His name's Mark. He has a very delayed strike. So I have to just wait a little bit, and, we know his name, so if he's messing up the calls, we know his name's Mark. Here's the pitch. Low and outside, hit the dirt by way in the dirt. Lucky Barnes even grabbed that. He looks a little bit upset, and actually, third just got stolen. There are no outs here in the top of the first, and there's a man on third. This is not a good situation. You know what? I was worried about Darvish only because he got so blown up. He was maybe not World Series ready. I think I said earlier that he was, but actually maybe not. Here is the 2-1 pitch. That's hit to Bellinger at first. He gets the out, but it's too late. Houston scores another run. It is 2-0 right off the bat. At least we have one out, and through the most of the hard part of the lineup, the Astros are already super excited. Look at him go. Altuve, you know what? You can't even see him in the dugout. He's so small. He's a little gnome that can hit home runs. The result of, it's post-steroids era of baseball, and Jose Altuve is the superstar batter in the league. Darvish, you know what, I'm not going to lie, he looks normal, but he's got to be nervous. The fact that he doesn't look a little bit nervous and he's like trying to hide it is even more worrisome. Correa is up right now. At least if he hits a home run, it's only one run. Here's the pitch. That was an awesome pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike one, 95 miles an hour. The bottom part of the plate. Correa, he was all over it, but it was still a good pitch. He's batting .280 in the postseason. Darvish is pitching so much. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Strike two. Mark, the umpire, takes his sweet time to call those strikes. We'll see what he does on strikeouts. Something makes me think that those are a little bit delayed, and I like that this umpire takes a moment to actually think about it. It's 0-2 to Correa. A strikeout would go a long ways to Darvish's confidence. Here's the pitch. That's a grounder to Bellinger, and they actually make the out that time, and we have two outs. It was the exact same situation, but a little bit less awkward, and Bellinger underhanded it to him this time, and it worked better. That also will help for Darvish's defense. You know, running around doing outs, people get hits. The pitchers sometimes get into weird situations when they're playing, and then you see what they look like when they're in awkward situations, and they don't ever look athletic. And they can throw stuff away, and anyway, at least Darvish knows that he can still field and play defense. Maybe we're even on that. Anyway, Yuli Gurriel is up right now. He's batting .250 in the World Series. I read about this guy. He said something racist to Darvish. So there's a lot of drama in this at bat. I mean, maybe Darvish should throw him some chin music. Low and outside. That was so amazing. He was never going to swing. It was outside the strike zone. Still called a strike. And Gurriel takes his helmet off, and he's got the awesomest hair ever. Points to Darvish, saying, "My bad, dude. You're playing in the World Series. No need to put you down." It's 0-1. Here's the pitch. Outside, strike two, and two times in a row, this umpire called a strike that was actually outside of the strike zone. So two in a row that actually hooked up the Dodgers. Mark, this umpire doesn't seem to do any better than any of the other people in the postseason. So at least so far, 2-0 for the Dodgers. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Kind of a crazy curveball off the plate. Gurriel was never going to swing at that. It's 1-2, and I like that Darvish is not pitching to the situation in the media and what happened. He's just doing what he's supposed to do. He's not getting hyped up. He's just being a Japanese samurai pitcher from the Japanese leagues playing Game 7 for the Dodgers. It's a Cinderella story. Couldn't be better. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Outside for ball 2. And Darvish had seen that the umpire was calling that a strike, went for it again, but this time it was actually a little bit farther outside than the other 2 outside pitches that were called strikes. So that one, that Mark does not give it to him, and here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled back. Gurriel, that swing that he just took looked so beautiful. It was like compact, and it had so much like action on it. It was beautiful. They are showing Darvish in slow motion, and yeah, Gurriel missed the pitch, but I liked how it seemed like he waited a little bit longer than other hitters to hit, and he just has a faster swing. That is also fouled back, so it's still 2-2. But what I was saying that he missed the ball, and anyway, I think he has a fast swing, and then that way he can look at the ball coming a little bit faster. I don't know. Springer they're showing him in the dugout. The Astros they know the cameras are on him. They're all hanging out of the dugout. You know what? The umpires in Little League say, everybody get back in the dugout. You know what? Pros don't do it. You don't have to do it either, kids. It's 2-2. That is ball 3, and that was exactly the pitch that the umpire was giving him before. So Darvish is actually hitting his spots perfectly. This is actually a really, really good sign for Darvish. So that was a fastball that he threw exactly where he wanted to, and that was actually called a strike before Darvish. You are correct. But this time he called it a ball. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Swung on, popped up. Is Barnes going to get underneath it? No, he's not. Now, who knows what happens at the end? Who knows what happens? But this has been a great battle between Darvish and Gurriel. And you know what? It's all about baseball. They're proving it's all about baseball. I'm sure Gurriel didn't mean anything too personally, whatever he did. These people are baseball players. They're playing baseball. Let's forget about everything else. And this at-bat is a perfect indication of it. It's 2 people battling. And forget about the other stuff. Here's the 3-2 pitch. That's also popped up. And Darvish, I think, is out of pitches to throw Gurriel. And that's kind of the problem. Anyway, it's 3-2. Kershaw is doing kicks in the dugout, trying to look cool, not looking cool. Back to Darvish. He gets the sign. He at least shaves a little bit, but of course can't go the whole way. Has the weird beard. He has neck beard. Here's the pitch. That's popped up again, and this is a little bit crazy. Austin Barnes can't find it, and what a crazy at bat. The Homer Odyssey this season, regular season, home run 6,000, postseason 103, World Series 24. I mean, I can't really, I don't know what that graphic meant. I needed I needed Joe Buck for that one. Here's the pitch. That's also fouled away. And Darvish, although he's hitting his spots perfectly, is out of stuff to throw at Yuli Gurriel in the first inning. That's not a good sign either. This is one for the ages. I think he's maybe thrown him over 10 pitches. Dave Roberts is like, you know what? I'm a mathematician. I got us to the World Series being cutesy with my lineups, and it worked the whole time, and so far it's working in the World Series. This is Game 7. Stop judging me. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled away again. And how the heck did he get his bat even on that one? That was amazing. Darvish has, what can he do? I don't know what he can do. He's going to keep on pitching him. And I think that a walk is probably, what else can you do? It's 3-2, 2 outs here in the top of the first. A longer first inning than I was hoping for. Good thing I started on time today. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Popped up, and that's actually in play. Yasiel Puig gets underneath it, takes his sweet time, makes the one-handed catch because professional baseball players never use two hands. There's another tip for you, kids. don't use two hands. The pros don't do it. But what you should do is work. The pitchers need to work on their fielding a lot, and Bellinger needs to just make that throw. He got a little bit flustered. He got ahead of himself. I think that he thought that he had less time to make the play. If he just would have stopped, composed himself, and threw the ball normally, they probably would have got there in time. And if not, then at least you got a close play at the bag. Instead, he just threw it and made the error. Darvish made him look kind of stupid. Now you got your pitcher run around all over the field confused, and all-around mistake from Bellinger. Honestly, I can't remember the last time I've seen him make an error in the field, but it's not often you see the first baseman throwing it to first base. So I think that kind of threw him off. Yeah, he hits home runs. That's what he does. He hits home runs. That's all he can do. And he can catch the ball when they throw it to him. Bad time to see that happen, and it was actually just more unlucky because it was a crazy hit. We're on commercial break. Let me see what's going on. YouTube, is anybody out there? YouTube is kind of out there. I kind of wanted to do it. I wanted to start a little bit earlier, but I got here before the game, and I saw the 2 runs. The last game I did, or maybe 2 games ago, it was 3-0 when I started, and I honestly did not even know how they scored by the end of the time. So good thing I'm here the whole time. Darvish, little bit worrisome, not gonna lie, but he seemed to be hitting his spots, and that at bat against Gurriel, it told me something about where his head is at. The double right off the bat. What can you do? If you're pitching Game 7 of the World Series and you're going up against the first batter, I think that you're not giving your best stuff right off the bat. You have a few pitches to kind of figure it out and get in the zone, and he got burned for that double before he actually got into the zone. So I think maybe we can take that off of the ledger in Darvish's mind. So he to himself, I think we can take that off the ledger and just think it's going to happen sometimes. It was one of the first few pitches because Darvish after seemed to really be he seemed to be getting exactly what he wanted to do from himself, and he pitched to the spot that the umpire messed up on, and he hit it perfectly, and it was called a ball. That was ball 3, but he hit it perfectly. So Darvish is a top-tier pitcher, and this is the World Series, and who else are we going to put in there? Maybe we can bring in Jansen at some point. It would be nice to see Jansen. How's everybody doing? YouTube is out there. People are probably watching this on TV. But if you can't get to a TV, welcome to my channel. We are still on commercial break. We are not on commercial break. I am behind. I'm going to refresh that feed. It is 1-1 to Chris Taylor. I have missed the first 2 pitches. I have a feeling that this site might not be able to handle the World Series. I am going to go to Spectrum. I don't know why I can't find the World Series on Spectrum TV website. Here we go. Maybe I should, the Dodgers get a hit right off the bat. Chris Taylor goes to second. That is awesome. And we are back. I'm live. Chris Taylor's at second, doing funny stuff to other people in the dugout. You know what? Leave that at home. We're here to play baseball, and it's the first inning. Chris Taylor, he gets on base more than anybody. He has gotten on base more in this World Series than anybody else in history, or maybe that's the postseason. I don't know. But he hit some kind of a pitch from McCullers Jr. Now, this is the guy that we actually want to be going up against. And right off the bat, Chris Taylor hits it to the gap. Line drive. Springer throws it in, and he's doing a funky thing with his hands. He's doing lazy jazz hands right now in slow motion, and guess who's up? Corey Seager, the shortstop, who is young and great. Here's the pitch. Outside 85 miles an hour. That was a curveball that didn't curve, and Corey Seager is 5 for 23 in the World Series with 1 home run, and he is been a little bit quiet as of late, but just I mean, what can you expect? You can't expect all these guys to be able to hit all the time. And we scored 13 runs without Turner. In the postseason, Chris Taylor has reached base 27 times. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Right down the middle. That's called a strike. And I think, man, this umpire takes his sweet time. It throws me off. Because that was right down the middle. And it seemed like he took longer for that one than he did on the other ones. McCullers Jr. gets the sign. Here's the 1-1 pitch. In the dirt, ball 2, and I have a feeling that the Dodgers are going... The way that they always take on the first... The Dodgers in general are swingers. They all swing at the ball, and that's why they are so great at hitting. In order to be a good hitter, that you just got to kind of swing recklessly sometimes, and that's a good thing. But about half the lineup is very smart about it. And Pui is one of them, and he used to be the opposite. But yeah, they take on first pitch. Turner used to be one of them too. He was a swinger, but he would be very smart about it. And it's 2-1 already, and this is exactly what they do. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2, and McCullers Jr., that was the exact same pitch that Seager fell for last night 5 times in a row. He keeps falling for that, and it was an inside slider. That was Bellinger that fell for that yesterday. Anyway, these Dodgers are falling for that inside slider at the knees, and they're not even close to hitting it, making them look a little bit stupid. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That's low, called a ball, and now I know that I should just wait a little bit. My timing is a little bit thrown off by this umpire taking forever to call strikes, because it's too much. Dodgers fans are going crazy. So much blue. Don't see any Houston yet. Strike 3, and that's 1 out. Another inside slider. Corey Seager fell for it twice, and I have a feeling we're going to be seeing a lot more of that. McCann comes out to the mound to talk to McCullers Jr. Who knows what they're talking about? And whatever the pitch, it starts out over the left corner of the plate. It probably doesn't even really start out as a strike, but it just comes inside and low. And it must look really appetizing coming off of these pitchers' hands of Houston, because the Dodgers are falling for it. Yesterday, I went out of my way to talk about that. Here's Justin Turner. Jesus, he's batting .278 in the postseason. The World Series not doing anything, but that is okay. He is the best player the Dodgers have had in as long as I can remember. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled away. Awesome to see Turner seeing a pitch like that and just swinging at it. He missed it, but it looked like a good swing, and it looked like the timing was a little bit right. Overall, Turner, I think, was all over it. McCullers Jr. doesn't seem to be throwing anything crazy so far, like nothing so dirty it's unhittable. Justin Turner is the best player that I can think of. I'm old. I don't even remember 1988 when we were in the World Series. Turner just swung at a very low pitch. It's 0-2 to Turner, and that was a bad pitch to swing at. It was so low. But yeah, as long as I can remember, the Dodgers have not been very good, just average. And Justin Turner is the best thing we've had going in so long. Bellinger is on deck. He might be able to compete with Justin Turner as the best player on the team in the future. He's only a rookie, 45 home runs, so much promise, a little wild, and but Turner is up right now, and he's definitely the best. Luckily, we signed a deal with him. He's crouching the plate. Here's the pitch, outside, and it looked like we were about to steal third, but Taylor decided not to do it. Probably a good decision, because he's fast and he is a good base runner. So if he says not to do it, we should just go with what he says. He's probably right. But Turner has not been having a good World Series. He wanted to swing at that last pitch, and it wasn't even close. McCullers Jr. can't believe his luck so far, because he knows that first pitch that he threw was a meatball, and in previous series and the rest of the season, that would have been a home run. That hit Turner in the arm, and Turner takes first base. And you know what? I will take it right now. Any way Turner can get on base, that's great. He had a good walk last night at the end of the game, and Turner on base is always a good thing. McCullers is the dugout was calling somebody, and it's just what he does is he crouches the plate so much, it's insane. Nobody does what he does. He gets as close to the plate as he can get, and he steps back in the box. So he gets in the forward back corner, and he just kind of leans back a little bit. So then he puts his stomach even more over the plate. And you know what? That's not even really the pitcher's fault. He's on first base. We got a man on first and second with 1 out, and Cody Bellinger is up right now, and that is good news because the only thing he knows how to do is hit home runs. He swings, he bats .250, not great, but he gets so many home runs, and I expect him to be swinging at all the junk because he can't say no to anything, but that's what we want. Right now, that's especially what we want. Here's the first pitch to Bellinger, who actually is kind of small for a home run hitter. Swing and fouled away. That was on the bottom part of the strike zone, but they said it was going to be low. He swung, tipped it, and also good to see him not giving a shit about what's going on and just swinging, because if you're going to win against a team like Houston that gets so many runs, you have to score runs. So let's hope he's swinging at the first pitch too, and we're going to send a message. And McCullers Jr., he doesn't seem to have anything special right now, and thank goodness he's pitching when Darvish is pitching. Here's the 0-1 pitch in the dirt, and Chris Taylor again does not go to third, but he's pretending that he's going. So this pitcher is turning around nervous, like, oh, he's stealing both times. I mean, the pitcher's reaction is why I thought Taylor stole. And again, his reaction, he gets scared every time. Taylor is just trolling the pitcher. That is a good thing to do. Maybe he learned that from Puig. And, if it's the World Series Game 7 and it's McCullers Jr., he didn't think that – who knew that he was going to be in the spot? Certainly not him. Why not troll him? Swing and a miss from Bellinger. That was a huge swing and a miss. I am a little bit behind now, so I'm going to refresh this. But, yeah, Bellinger, that was so low. Bellinger swings he doesn't swing at good pitches. He's not a disciplined batter at all. But why would he be? He's a rookie, and he bat .250, and he's not disciplined. And I refreshed my video feed. I'm looking up at what you guys are, and Puig is up right now. We got 2 outs, so I guess Bellinger got out. Something makes me think that was a strikeout, because McCullers Jr. did look a little bit. He was 1 step ahead of Bellinger the whole time. It is taking forever for my internet for this thing to load up. So I am missing what is going on. Thanks for being here, everybody. This is the World Series. I am doing a live broadcast of the game. Think of it's like an alternative play-by-play commentary. If you don't like Joe Buck and you don't like these telecasts, you know what? You can listen to me while watching. It could be a little bit better. Or just listen to it like radio. You don't need to be watching. And if you can get to a TV and actually watch it, that is probably a good idea. This is Game 7, but if you can't find one, I'm here for you. I'll be here the whole entire time. My video feed is back, though it says Puig is just coming up to bat, though it says 1-1 up here, but I am going to pretend that this is what's going on because it throws me off when I keep on doing that, and I'd rather see what's going on. Here's the first pitch to Puig. Strike 1, that was on the inside corner, and it was a strike. Puig is a little bit annoyed with it, but that was actually a strike, buddy. And a perfect high inside fastball on the corner. Couldn't get better. Yasiel Puig, postseason, home 391, but on the road only 169. And he is a little bit of a crazy man. He's a head case. They call him the wild horse. Here's the pitch. That was in the strike zone, and the umpire called it a ball. So maybe got lucky there, and his timing is still throwing me off. So it's 1-1 to Yasiel Puig. McCullers Jr. has still got to be nervous about him. Puig can hit as hard as anybody. Look at his arms. He is definitely the most jacked on the team by far. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That is called a ball. inside, but just by a little bit. Basically the same spot that he threw on the first pitch. And McCullers Jr. seems to be getting in the zone here, a little bit like Darvish, but it's awesome to see that this inning is lasting so long. So Darvish gets plenty of time to just realize, okay, the Dodgers can bat. I don't need to worry. I just need to play my game. And just seeing the other pitchers struggling too, I think is just going to help him out a little bit. It's too bad. It's too bad Bellinger made that error, but what can you do? They are showing the Astros defense right now. You know what? They don't seem to do anything too awesome in the field. Like, I haven't seen any diving catches. I haven't seen anything crazy, but they get the job done. And you know what? If you can't field, that's okay, because everybody can bat. They hit home runs. They get hits. They walk. They do everything that they need to do to score runs, and they do it almost as good as the Dodgers. Probably equal. It's impossible to say. I think the Dodgers are they're the best team I've seen them ever have. No weaknesses. But Houston might be just as good, and that's why we're in Game 7 right now. It just sucks that they're so good, but it's extra exciting. Pui is up right now. It's 3-1. Here's the pitch. And that hits Pui in the arm, and we have bases loaded right now. So McCullers Jr. has now hit two people. Jock Peterson is up right now, and he's hit a home run, and he is handling the spotlight of the World Series like a veteran. Jock Peterson is a good guy to have up right now, and I am refreshing my video feed because it got a little bit too ahead, but good for us. Peterson is up right now, and please, website, I want to watch the World Series. There's no other options that I can do. It is Peterson is up right now. There's 2 outs, bases loaded. I'm just going to broadcast what I see. This graphic might be a little bit ahead of me. Jock Peterson, this season at bats, in the World Series, he has 14 at bats and 3 home runs. That's pretty good. Here's the first pitch. Strike 1. The umpire took his sweet time to call that one that was outside of strike. That's annoying. It's 0-1 and Jock Peterson right off the bat. And yeah, he's one of those guys that I was saying is he's very smart about how he swings. Jock Peterson is not an easy out. And I mean, that's all you want from your 6, 7, 8 batters. He's exactly what you want in those players. Here's the pitch. Low swing and a miss. Strike 2. It is now 0-2 to Jock Peterson. And let's hope that Jock Peterson can come through right now with the bases loaded. What a situation. What a situation. We got Pui at first, Turner at second, and Chris Taylor at third. All started off by a double from Taylor. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That is hit hard to second base, and they're going to throw it over to first, and we are out of the inning, going to the top of the second. Wow, that was an extremely long first inning. Good thing I started on time. Let's go Dodgers. What's up, Fester MP? Glad you're here. This is the World Series. If you guys want to chat or say anything, I'll say it. I'll answer questions. I just want to make it fun for you guys. And let's just hope these Dodgers win. Let's just hope the Dodgers win. I'm glad you guys are watching. We are officially on commercial break. And you know what I'm going to do? I am going to look. Well, I should probably send a tweet. But I'm also going to look for an alternative place where the game is at. So I'm going to go to Spectrum TV, and just in case, I can see which one's better. But the other times that I went to Spectrum TV to actually find the game, they have this website where you can go to and they show what's on live TV. I couldn't actually find the World Series. So that is super annoying. And I am here right now. They got all these other channels, but I don't see NFL, CBS Sports, ESPN HD. Where is Fox? These Spectrum, no wonder they're losing this game. Why don't they have like Hulu build them a website? It's just no good. We are still on commercial break. I'm just going to keep refreshing that. It's early in the game. The website's not going to get so much traffic that I lose it. And I just do not understand why I can't find this on Spectrum. So annoying. what do I? Oh, it's because I gotta go all channels. Here we go, all channels. It's Fox is what I need. Number 11. It just doesn't come up. Guide maybe. No, I'm just gonna search Fox. If this website doesn't come through, Spectrum deserves to suck. And the only reason I'm doing this is because Spectrum sucks so bad. Half the city doesn't even have the games. So that's why I started this. And now I am going to their website, and it is, I can't find it. Fox Report, why is, I do not think that Spectrum shows this online, which just sucks. I'm going to search World Series. If that doesn't work, then there's nothing else I can do. It says we are still on commercial break. Darvish is going to be up. Too bad. I got to take a sip of water. We're still on commercial break. Thanks for being here. We are back. YouTube TV, Fox. This is awesome. Dodger Stadium looks beautiful. Usually I'm the type of guy, like, I'm not sentimental over stadiums. Build a better one, but with Dodger Stadium, I don't know. Here's the pitch. Strike one. Darvish hit a perfect spot over the plate. It's Brian McCann, the catcher. He's a catcher that can hit, just like Barnes. That's strike two. It's 0-2 to B. McCann. And yeah, he's a catcher that is a good catcher, and you should have seen what he was doing yesterday, getting in front of the balls. He saved like so many from getting to the to the backstop. Here's the 0-2 pitch, way outside, 94 miles an hour. And yeah, he was doing so good behind the plate. And for a catcher, that's all you need, a catcher that can catch. But if he can bat, that is awesome, and it's extra credit. And I thought we were lucky to have Austin Barnes. Turns out there's other catchers that can bat, and McCann is one of them. He seems to be a great player. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That was called a ball, but on the line, a perfect pitch from Darvish. And what else can you do? Now I feel bad for him. That should have been called strike three. Now we're going to another pitch. It's 2-2, and this umpire doesn't seem to be any better than the rest of the umpires this whole postseason. Here's the 2-2 pitch that is swung on and popped up, fouled back. That's a foul pitch. It's still 2-2. Thanks for being here, everybody. This is the World Series. I wonder if people are coming. Who knows? Usually, like right now, I think that people are watching the video. Anyway, I think people come after they take down all the other streams on YouTube. Anyway, it's 2-2. Here's the pitch. Inside strike three, and Darvish has his first. Oh, no, he fouled that one away. It's still 2-2. My bad. Bad news for Dodgers is Darvish had 30 pitches, and that is a lot of pitches, and not to have no outs in the second inning. Justin Verlander, 6 innings, 3 hits, or 6 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, and but 9 strikeouts yesterday. He was doing so great until his arm fell apart, just like I predicted. And it's now a full count to McCann, and it is just too bad that umpire called that strike a ball, because it is now 3-2. Darvish, this guy should have been gone a long time ago. Dave Roberts spitting all over the field, knows it's rigged, but you know, he's like, I'm just going to be a mathematician, do weird lineups. Here's the pitch, and McCann just walked. And yeah, he is a catcher that can do other things. And Darvish, now Dave Roberts comes out of the dugout and says something to the umpire, like, where was that? And I think the umpire said that was outside. But yeah, this umpire, so far, it's almost as if they just want tons of hits. Marwin Gonzalez, he's 3 for 21 in the World Series, but another player that can, he can explode at any time. All these guys can hit if you put the ball right in front of them. Here's the pitch. That's low, ball one, and Austin Barnes comes out to the mound. And going to say something to Darvish. That's annoying that McCann is on base right now. Darvish threw it to him perfectly. Advertisement for Chevrolet, 2 years in a row. They must have won an award. Now they're showing loads of awards, and buy a Chevrolet according to Chevrolet. According to Chevrolet, you should buy a Chevrolet. And they're so good that they're willing to spend the money, just so you know. Here is Gonzalez. It's 1-0. Darvish, he's throwing pretty good. The last guy should have been out. Here's the pitch. Strike one. That was right down the middle, and Darvish does not seem to be phased, one by the early 2 runs or this umpire. Dave Roberts knows what he's doing. If Darvish is ready for the World Series, then he's ready. YouTube TV, it's all over the place. YouTube is going to take over TV, and with this box and the cable is over. So now you got, maybe I won't have anything to do next year, but for now, you know what, YouTube TV is probably going to be awesome. Here's the pitch. That's outside. It's now 2-1, and Darvish is just not putting anything over the plate. Reddick is on deck. He's blowing a huge bubble. Looks like a dirt biker. Who's this guy? That is Gonzalez. He's still at bat. Darvish does not look phased at all. So steady, so calm. Has weird facial hair underneath his chin, and honestly, I don't know why he does that. He should either just go for the full beard or nothing at all. It looks a little bit weird. Dave Roberts spits like a camel. Every time they cut to him, every time he spits. It's at least 90% of the time he spits. That time only spit once. It's 2-1. Here's the pitch. That is hit very hard. Please get under it. Yasiel Puig. Nope, that's going to be a base hit, and Gonzalez is going to second. Looks like we have... Oh, wow. No, there's 2 people on because of the walk. So now the Astros have a man on second and third with no outs here in the top of the top of the first, and it seems to now be the case that Houston has Darvish's number. They've blown him up last game. They're blowing him up so far. Darvish seems to be pitching well, so maybe it's just not a good matchup, or Houston is that good at batting. But yeah, that was a perfectly hit ball, and yeah, if McCann was any faster, he would have definitely been home. Oh no, was he at first? I think he probably could have got home, but I don't think McCann's very fast. Oh no, but he was at first. Never mind. He was no way ever going to be able to get there. Here's Josh Reddick, not batting at all in the World Series, so that is good news. And I have a feeling Darvish is going to pitch very, very cutesy to him, and because no, not too cutesy, because the Dodgers are already down, but they have the open base at first. So him walking is not the worst thing in the world, because that brings in the double play, and all you do is give up 1 run. But Darvish is going to go right after him. He's not hitting. He's a dirt bike rider. He's got to be. Dirt bike riders, you know, you got to pitch right at him. Here's the pitch. Way inside, and Reddick, these guys do not swing at trash. If anything, the Dodgers have been swinging at way more trash than Houston this whole entire time. They never swing at trash. And who's this guy? That must be the pitching coach. Here's the pitch. That swung on, hit to second. They throw it to first. We have 1 out. Nobody comes home. That was a perfect situation. And now we are going up against the pitcher, McCullers Jr. So that is also good news. Darvish, if he can get himself out of this jam, that would be outstanding and good for him. But I have a feeling that they are going to want to take him out, because we've seen it. They have his number. He's pitching his normal game. That pitching works on almost all the teams, and it worked all year. Hundreds of games, it worked. And exactly what he's doing right now. But it doesn't work against Houston. So let's bring in Morrow or somebody that, who knows? Maybe we just want to get more innings out of him. He's only at 38. Here's the pitch. That's ball 1. It's 1-1, and I'm going to refresh this because I'm a little bit behind. So it takes a little while for it to get through. Here we go. So I do not know what's going on. It says it's 1-1. I hope that it's actually live. Thanks for being here, everybody. This is going to be a long game. Plenty of time. Who knows? Maybe this will be 5 hours. And if I can do a 5-hour stream, I'll be very impressed with myself. My video is still loading up. It says it's 1-1 still. And we are back. And what is going on? Altuve is being a team player. He's given information to the batter. Here's the pitch. That is hit to second. They throw it over to first. There's 2 outs, but a runner comes home. It is now 3-0 Houston, and the Dodgers have got off to a terrible start so far, giving up 3 runs in the first 2 innings. That's exactly what they wanted to do. And Darvish, I don't know what we do, because he seems to be pitching fine, but they are just hitting him, and they're just playing standard baseball, and just the way they're hitting, they're hitting him. So if we leave him in, he's probably not. They probably won't score in the next inning because he seems to be doing fine. Maybe he's got a little bit of bad luck. He should have struck the first guy out. You know what? That just makes me mad because Darvish should have struck the first guy out. Here's the first pitch to Springer. That's in the dirt. Ball 1. And now that makes me annoyed because Darvish should have struck out that run that just came in. The umpire called a strike a ball, and Dave Roberts spitting in the dugout, but also maybe a little bit worried about his Dodgers. Don't we have other starters? Why did we bring in Darvish? He got blown up last time. Why not Kershaw? Here's the pitch. That's low, ball 2, and Darvish has now got to get through Murderer's Row on the Astros. On deck is Bregman, and then, you know what? Springer and Bregman are not quite as bad as Altuve and Correa. So, you know what? George Springer, you got 2 batters to get out of this, Darvish. Here's the pitch. Strike 1, and thank goodness that was called a strike because it wasn't a strike according to the computer, and Mark does not seem to be a very good umpire. All these guys have been a little bit off, and Gurriel, his hair is out of control, but I love it. It's too bad nobody on the Dodgers can compete in hair. Pui was close when it was blue, but now it's not blue. The blue hair was cool. I don't know why he stopped that. That was kind of maybe he jinxed himself, but right now as it stands, Houston, they have better hair than the Dodgers. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Outside, it's now 3-1, and Darvish, you got 2 batters to get out of this. Please, your reputation as a pitcher for life is not stained because you gave up 3 runs in the first 2 innings of Game 7 of the World Series. You got plenty of career to go. Don't worry about it and just get an out. McCann is wearing his catcher's gear because the catchers love putting on their catcher's gear. They just love gear. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. It's now 3-2, and Darvish could really use a strikeout for his confidence. But McCann walking was very annoying, and Dodgers fans are getting on their feet. So many full counts so far for Darvish. 46 pitches, and we are not done with the second inning. This is going to be a long game. Maybe I shouldn't have started this stream when I did. Maybe I should have waited, but who knows? I can do 5 hours. Here's the pitch. That's hit very hard. And that is a home run. It is now 5-0 Houston Astros, and Springer just blew one up off of Darvish. That was a meatball. It was what else could he do? It was a full count. That's why I said, Darvish, you have 2 batters to get out of this. Maybe he didn't need to do that because, yet again, Darvish is throwing exactly where he wanted to. He wanted to throw a strike. He wanted to throw a strike right down the middle. That was a fastball. The problem is that Springer hit a home run, and that's why I just don't see anything. They got to take out Darvish. Wow. We are watching that in slow motion replay right now, and that was a great pitch that Springer just hit so hard. Every single guy on Houston can throw or can hit home runs. That thing was over 400 feet. That was the first time I've seen Darvish look mad, I think, all season. And no, Darvish, don't worry. This will not taint your career as a player. You gave up 5 runs in the first 2 innings of Game 7 of the World Series. What can you do? You got plenty of career to go, and Houston is so happy in the dugout, and we are going to commercial break. What? This is not what I wanted to see. It's 5-0 already. Game 7. We are going to commercial break. I've been going for a little while, so I am going to take a break. I will be right back. Just give me a little bit of time, and let's hope something good happens. Morrow is coming in. Oh, no, it's a quicker break because it's a pitching change. So I will continue doing live play-by-play. We are on commercial break. This is Dodgers Live. I do play-by-play of what I see on TV. It's like another play-by-play commentary or just radio. And I do other sports too, the Lakers and the Kings. But baseball is what I started with, and I think you know what, basketball is pretty fun too, but baseball is what I started with, and I was doing Dodgers, and they are in the World Series. If you're here, I'm happy you're watching with me. This is a lot of fun. Game 7 of the World Series, the only buzzkill to the fun is that it is 5-0, and we are not out of the second inning yet, and we have already gone to our bullpen. So, thank goodness, it looked like we were hitting McCullers Jr. in the first inning because hold on, I'm going to turn on the light. Thank goodness it looked like we were hitting McCullers Jr. in the first inning because we're going to need hits. And another thing that's good news is that if there's any team that can get enough hits, if there's any team that can get out of this, it is the Dodgers. They are an amazing hitting team. It's as good as it gets, but we are in a jam right now. 5 runs is, I think we've scored over 5 runs in all the playoff games so far, just about. So we can do it. The only thing that's really gonna kill us is that even if we do start scoring runs like we do, what's going to stop Houston from scoring runs too? Because they seem to be just as good as us. And Yu Darvish could not have had a worse outing for the Dodgers. They are showing him in slow motion right now, and that is very sad. Here's the first pitch from Morrow. That's swung on and fouled away. It's 99 miles an hour, and remember what I said before? Let's bring in Morrow. He is definitely the guy we want in the game. In the World Series, 6 games, 5 innings pitched, 8 hits, 5 earned runs, and Dave Roberts is talking to the pitching coach right now. He has not spit yet, but Alex Bregman reached on an error and stole the base. He can hit. Here's the pitch. Swung on, and that hit Mark, the umpire, in the face. And you know what? That's for calling that strike 3, McCann. That's for calling that a ball, because this should be over with. Thank goodness it looks like Morrow is here. It looks like Morrow is in the zone, but Houston is good at batting. Even our bullpen can't handle them. Here's the pitch. Strike 3, swing and a miss, and Morrow gets us out of that inning. Thank goodness. We are going to commercial break, and I am going to take a break. I've been doing this for an hour now, so I got to take a break. Thanks for being here. I will be right back. This will be a long game. Anyway, it's getting pretty late, so I'm just seeing how it's going. Oh, that's cool. Okay. The Dodgers are down 5-0 in the first inning. Right off the bat. Yeah. They're down. Yep. Okay. Bye. We are still on commercial break. Wow. What a crazy first 2 innings. And it was mainly Darvish's fault. And also a little bit maybe Dave Roberts, because he did get blown up last time he was up. So it was definitely a little bit of his fault too. I need to tweet that I'm doing this, because that definitely got to tweet this. Here we go. Tweet. You guys were here yesterday when I was tweeting. We're still on commercial break, so we're not missing anything. McCullers Jr. didn't seem to be doing that awesome, so that is good news. We seem to be able to hit him pretty well. Turner was able to hit him pretty easily, so that is good news. It's 5-0 now, but something makes me think it's going to be 10-10 by the end. Now I got to come up with a tweet. Live broadcast of World Series on YouTube. Live broadcast on World Series on YouTube. I'm writing a tweet. My bad, people. People are probably leaving. And what just happened? The Dodgers already have somebody on base. Forsythe is already on base. I am so sorry. I totally missed that. Trying to write a tweet. My bad. People were here. My internet is now going a little bit slow. Austin Barnes is up right now. It's 1-0. I am waiting for my video feed to come back. My bad. I will never send a tweet ever again. You guys left. That was really dumb. Who is up right now? Austin Barnes. He is batting. You know, I'm going to forget that. He's batting .211. Here's the pitch. Ball 1. Way inside. McCullers does not seem to have anything special. Like I said, Forsythe must have been able to get a hit. And, I mean, I can't say enough about that guy. He has done so well in the postseason. So solid. And on deck is Morrow, the pitcher. So getting a hit right now seems to be important. Austin Barnes is the best. He's a great catcher to have, but he also hits. Strike 1, 94 miles an hour. And Austin Barnes thought it could have been a ball. Talked to the catcher, but actually that was the one that you should have swung at. Hernandez, they're showing Kike in the dugout. And no way in a million years do we take out Morrow. Our bullpen has not been that solid. Here's the pitch. That is ball 2. Crazy curveball on the top side of the plate. That was actually a very good pitch, but called a ball. It's 2-1. And the coach, his name is AJ. I forgot his last name. Is looking pretty confident. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Strike 2, right down the middle. Austin Barnes was looking, and that was that was the meatball, even better than that first pitch. That was the one that you're supposed to be hitting at, but Austin Barnes is not going to get ahead of himself. It's the World Series Game 7, and you're down, but, you know, you got to play your own game, and Austin Barnes, you know, he likes to think a little bit. It's 2-2. He's not going to swing at everything. Here's a pitch. He swung at that one. Third baseman's got it. They throw it over to first, and they got him at first base, but now the runner is at second, and I said before, the Astros I haven't seen them do anything great in the field. They just did it. The third baseman, who is this guy? Bregman. Wow, Bregman plays third base. That's awesome. He dove and caught the ball. hit the ground, got up to his feet very quickly, and then threw out Barnes at first. And I don't know, maybe Barnes got a slow start or something, because Barnes, that should have been closer. Bregman gets the awesome out, and I think Brandon Morrow, second pitcher to appear in every Game 7, in every game of 7-game World Series. Wow, that's pretty sweet. And they're taking him out. Kike Hernandez is up right now. He's batting .320 in the postseason, and he is a very solid right fielder. Here's the pitch. Inside, it is that's ball 1, and actually take out Morrow, because no matter what, you're going to get the top of the order. And Kike Hernandez is playing very well, and he's good at second. So Dave Roberts is a mathematician. He's been doing this all season, and we'll see if it pays off here in Game 7. You know what? The Astros are just a different beast, and they're up 5 runs. But you know what? We got to get the runs when we can, and this is an opportunity. So Kike is coming in. They are showing somebody in the outfield, number 4. Here we go. Here's the pitch. That's ball 2. It's now 2-0. And yeah, McCullers Jr. is not looking awesome at all. And he's kind of on a struggle too. And it's only the bottom of the second. Only 34 pitches. So way less than what Darvish racked up very, very quickly. But still, he's got a long ways to go and he's looking pretty shaky. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Right down the middle, 94-mile-an-hour fastball with a tiny bit of movement, and that is that pitch that he's throwing is kind of the same one Jansen throws. If it's not moving, it's going to get hit. So that is also a good sign. He didn't swing, but had he swung, he would not have been fooled by it. Here's the pitch. Outside, it's now 3-1, and Kike Hernandez is such a smart batter. It looked like that was going to be over the plate, and he started to swing, but he saw that it was curving and stopped it immediately. It wasn't even like it was a check swing that was only like a quarter of a check swing. That's how good he is. Dodgers fans are not, maybe they're on their feet, but they're waving their towels around. Here's the pitch, and I think it hits Kike Hernandez. So now 3 Dodgers have been hit by pitches so far in this game. The dog is whining. Hey, what are you whining about, buddy? Three batters have been hit, and the coach gets on the phone, and let's take a look in slow motion, and it hit his shirt. That is the luckiest thing I have seen in a little while, and now all of a sudden we have a man on first and second with the top of the order and only 1 out, with McCullers looking pretty shaky. Got to take out Morrow, of course, and now we have Chris Taylor, who is I thought he was the toughest out in baseball. Maybe I was wrong. I didn't know about the Astros. But yeah, so far he's 1 for 1 with a double in the first. So he obviously has McCullers Jr.'s number. And my internet slowed down a little bit. We're back. Kike Hernandez. I mean, I guess the pitcher would not have hit Morrow. So what a great decision. Chris Taylor grabs his balls. Just standing out in the plate, a little bit like Turner in the back of the box inside. Here's the pitch. That is hit hard to the second baseman, and they double him up, and they are out of the inning. That is Forsythe, or Chris Taylor hit the ball so hard, but it right to the shortstop, and Forsythe, I mean, no way that he was ever going to know. I mean, there was nothing he can do. And the inning is over just like that. That is the worst possible thing that could have happened. That was like, we got people on. You're playing poker. You got the best hand. You got 2 pairs something, and some guys just got a flush draw, hits it on the river, and it feels like Houston just hit that flush on the river to get that result, and Kershaw is coming into pitch. That is the best thing that I have ever heard. Thanks for being here, everybody. We are on commercial break. Okay, now I'm going to finish this. Now I go. Now I go loads of fun. Maybe I'll do a little smiley face tweet. If I started this, I might as well finish. You got to tweet your live streams. I'm sorry, everybody. If you guys are leaving, that's okay. It's going to be a long game. You can come back. Too bad we didn't score in that inning. That would have been best case scenario. I am going to do the emoji with the nerdy guy glasses because why not? And here we go. Live play. Now I'm gonna go bam. I'm sorry, I'm still tweeting. Now I need to go here. I need to copy this. Command C. Put that there. Now I gotta do some hashtags. Oops. We'll do Dodgers, Astros, Dodgers, hashtag Dodgers versus Astros, hashtag okay, and now I'm going to do a photo. Here we go. I'm gonna put a photo on your tweets, it turns out. Open. All right, now I'm tweeted out. There you go. You can see it for yourselves if you go on Twitter. Everybody probably left. We are back from commercial break, and here is Jose Altuve. Here's the pitch. It's 2-0 in the dirt. Kershaw, wanted to see Kershaw tonight for sure. This is a plus. Maybe not in this situation. Correa is up next. What two people that he has to immediately throw to? Altuve and Correa. Here's the 2-0 pitch that's popped up, and Kershaw is already doing exactly what he needs to be doing. YouTube Live is all over Dodger Stadium right now. I cannot believe the amount of advertising that is going on for YouTube TV. It's not even like a commercial. Like you have 30 seconds in the Super Bowl to advertise. I mean, that's one thing, but to have YouTube in every single shot of the actual game, whoever made that deal, that's just amazing. Here's the pitch from Kershaw, and that's popped up from Correa, and yes, the Dodgers are already doing, or Kershaw is already doing exactly what he needs to do. 2 outs really quickly here in the top of the third, and this is actually what I wanted to see. And you know what? We're going to get as much use out of him as we can. No more games after this. This is why we're paying you money. Who's up right now? Gurriel is up right now. He's 0 for 1, fly out in the first. Had a crazy at-bat against Darvish. Here's the first pitch. Strike one, and that was an awesome curveball. Wow, nobody would have thought to swing at that one. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Strike two on the bottom corner. That umpire knew exactly where that one was. It was on the line, but on the line, but more inside than outside the line. Perfect pitch, called a strike. It's 0-2 to Yuri Gurriel. Here's the pitch. A low and outside, called a ball, but a perfect throw from Kershaw. No reason to give him anything over the plate. It's 0-2. Maybe get him to bite on a low outside fastball. Didn't work that time. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Again, but that was a slider outside. Didn't get him to bite at that either. It is now 2-2. And Kershaw, I mean, these pitchers they're, to me, a little bit of drama queens. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Check swing, he did not go. It's going to be 3-2. And, I mean, their pitchers are drama queens in that, I got to get plenty of rest for my arm. He looked a little bit tired. He was breathing hard. I mean, dude, you had so many days off. You know what? These pitchers, we got to pitch them more. Kershaw, could go down in history as the best pitcher ever. Just do it. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Strike 3, called strike 3, and Gurriel's hair looks super sweet. Kershaw comes in and gets outs right off the bat. That is the best situation that could have happened. And wow, way to go. We are going to commercial break, and we have Seager, Turner, and Bellinger coming up to bat. So McCullers Jr. is looking very, very shaky, and now he's going through the meaty part of our lineup. So, yep, I sent out my tweet. You can go right now and find it on Twitter. Let's hope it works. Get loads of people to my stream, and we're on commercial break. Thanks for being here, everybody. This is going to be a long game, but now that Kershaw's in, probably going to be a little bit quicker. Maybe we shouldn't have put in Darvish at all and just started Kershaw. Why not? Start Kershaw, get what you can out of him, and then go to the bullpen. What a bad idea to start Darvish. But, you know, Dave Roberts learned his lesson. Too bad we got to come back from 5 runs now, but Kershaw is pitching, and let's hope he can go 7 more innings, and then we bring in Kershaw, and that's the ball game, and we get loads of runs. We're on commercial break. 502 bad gateway. I keep on getting this. Let's see. Still on commercial break. Yeah. Thank goodness the Dodgers are so good at batting. And, I mean, is it even a decision? Can you start Kershaw? Can you start Kershaw and not Darvish? I'm going to call my buddy Amin. This is going to be our first radio live call. We're going to see what he says. He knows baseball. We'll see what happens. We are calling my buddy Amin. He played college baseball. We're going to ask him if it's even okay to start Kershaw instead of Darvish. Let's see if he picks it up.
Hey, dude.
Yo, what's going on?
What's up?
Hey, dude, I got a quick question for you. Is it okay? Why would you start Darvish if Kershaw is willing to pitch? Well, why would Dave Roberts do that?
I think Kershaw's on short rest, and Darvish is rested. I mean, Darvish isn't like a bad pitcher. I mean, he's an ace on a lot of teams, and I think he figured he was going to use Kershaw tonight later in the game, but I think he tried to bring him in earlier than he wanted to. You know, just because of what happened.
Yeah,
I think it was just more like he thought Kershaw was going to throw a couple innings.
But the fact that he got blown up his first at bat against Houston doesn't dissuade you from that, because they definitely blew him up pretty hard.
I almost feel like when that happens, he's kind of due to have a good start the next time. But I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it changes your decision on it.
Yeah.
Reed!
Okay. Well, anyway, that's all I'm asking. All right. Yeah. Well, at least we're at Game 7.
Yeah, well, it's not looking good. But,
Yeah. And you got a baby crying in the. Or you got a not even a baby, a kid yelling in the background. Yeah. Have fun with that. Have fun watching Game 7 of the Dodgers.
Yeah.
All right. Well, all right.
Dude.
Later. All right, that was our first live-in call. My buddy Amin says that it doesn't matter that he got blown up in the first game. I still think that we probably should have started Kershaw if he is willing to pitch. We are back from commercial break. What's going on? It's 1-2 to Corey Seager. The internet is going slow. Here we go. I am back. Justin Turner is on deck, and let's hope that he has base runners, because we need runs. And there's no outs right now, and this could be a great situation. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's hit very hard and gonna be a base hit. Probably just a single, though. And they stop him at... Thank goodness he gets back to first safely. It looked like he wanted to go to second and then didn't go for it. and ran back to first, but it turned out that running back to first was also a precarious situation. Luckily, he made it in time. Maybe they'll check on an instant replay, but it looked like he made it. And that was just a great hit right into the gap between center and right field. And who is that? That was a great throw from whoever the center fielder is for Houston. He grabbed the ball and turned around and threw it instantly. There's no physical way that any human could have gotten that ball, turned around, and threw it perfectly as fastly and as good as he did. And it was a perfect throw right to the tag area. So Corey Seager, we're very lucky that he didn't go, because I don't think he would have made it. Here's the pitch. And they just hit Turner again, and now he's on base. So now McCullers Jr. has hit 4 batters on the Dodgers and Turner twice. So Turner, not having a good World Series as it is not hitting, has been hit twice in Game 7. That's okay. He's the best baseball player the Dodgers have ever had, at least in 25 years. Jesus is taking his time. He's talking with the medical people, and let's see where that hit him. It was kind of going towards his head, but no, it hit him directly in the left shoulder blade. And if you are going to get hit by a pitch, that is exactly where you want to get hit. It doesn't look like that hurt at all. And now he has a sweet scratch over the T and the U. If the Dodgers win this game, that jersey is going to be worth a lot of money. Yeah, he's got a stain. He's got it's obvious the baseball hit him right on the T of the name. And yeah, who knows what's going on with McCullers Jr., but his misses have been at the Dodgers' heads. Probably just a coincidence. Cody Bellinger is up right now. He's 0 for 1, and this is a prime time situation. Yeah, this is the most hit batters in a World Series, Lance McCullers. So at least he made the record books, and the bullpen is warming up right now. They have Peacock coming in, and he impressed me the first time around. Bellinger's up right now. Thank goodness he's up, because he hits home runs, and there are no outs and 2 people on. Here's the pitch, and swing and a miss, strike 1. Bellinger cannot lay off the inside low sliders. He cannot, and these things are unhittable basically. They are, well, that one might have been called a strike. That was a perfect pitch. But yeah, he just cannot lay off the low sliders. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Low slider in the dirt. He laid off that one, and it's 1-1. Prime situation for our best home run hitter. 45 as a rookie. It's the only thing he knows how to do is hit home runs. And you know what? He looks like a stoner. Got sad stoner eyes, but he can hit the ball. Here's the pitch in the dirt again. It's now 2-1, and that would just be great news if Bellinger, you know what? If he doesn't get a home run, a walk would be good too. And the fact that he's now ahead is great. Kershaw is pacing in the dugout. He knows that this is going to be a long game. But it looked like he was pitching perfectly in that first inning. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. And it's 2-2 to Cody Bellinger. That was outside and high. Outside of the strike zone, the umpire probably would have called it a strike. He swung at it and missed. And yeah, very good idea to go to that after 3 sliders that hit the dirt. And but it's good that now Bellinger has seen it, and he can maybe take that the other way. It's 2-2. Here's the pitch. Another inside slider, swing and a miss, and that's strike 3. Cody Bellinger cannot lay off that pitch. And the fact that Seager did the same thing earlier in the game, let's hope the team is not infected. And if it is infected, then let's hope, let's hope that this is it, and then it's gone by next season. Now, Lance McCullers is coming out of the game. He did not pitch great. It's too bad that we didn't actually get anything off of him in this inning. And now we're going up against Peacock. But it's great that we've already gotten to their bullpen, and it's so early in the game, and we got to their bullpen, and we have Kershaw in, so we still haven't gone to ours. But yeah, it would have been nice to get a hit there. We are on commercial break. When they changed the pitchers, it is a much slower a much faster commercial, and I am going to what's going on. Let's do this. I'm gonna go. Gonna change this around. There we go. I'm gonna change that around. My bad, people. I am back. Let's see. We are still on commercial break, and Peacock is coming in. Tough situation to come in for a pitcher. 2 men on, only 1 out. Game 7 of the World Series, but Peacock seemed up for it last time. He had a good head on his shoulders, and he needed to clutch it out. I remember just thinking that, wow, he really did clutch that out. That was impressive. So I think that he will be ready for this, and it's not that bad that we didn't get anything off of McCullers Jr. It's just too bad that, nothing that you could really do about it. Still on commercial break. I am going to refresh this because it's been a little bit off tonight, and I think that there's just tons of people watching this online. Still in the bottom of the third. It's 6. We are back. The Orville on Fox, all new tomorrow at 9 o'clock. It's Seth MacFarlane. He can do anything he wants over at Fox after making Family Guy, and he's making another show. This time it appears to be a ripoff of the movie Galaxy Quest with Tim Allen. Now that is the type of movie that I can totally see that being a TV show. It is a great idea. The fact that Seth MacFarlane is starring in it, he seems to recently, and more, ever since he seems to put himself in the movies more these days. And I don't know if it's the greatest look. Here we go. We are back. Pui is up right now. It is 1-0. Seager's at second. Here's the pitch. That is called strike one, outside corner, and Pui definitely seems to be in his Pui zone and batting. As a batter, just only the batting. He is not crazy at all. He is not a wild horse batter in how he approaches the pitcher. He'll take pitches. He's very, very smart and methodical. That's just his personality. But actually at batting, he's not wild horse. Please be a home run. Please keep going. And that's not going to be a home run. And it's caught by the center fielder. Seager tags up and makes it over to third. And we're going to have a guy on first and third with no outs. And I think Jock Peterson coming up. Pui, that was so close from being a home run. You just got under it a little bit. And Peacock, he had a huge sigh. He knew that he got away with one there. And Pui looks pissed. He throws his bat on the ground in slow motion. And he must have thrown that bat pretty hard. And we have sad Pui on our hands, which is not a good look. He's got to change his emotions around and become the wild horse. Sad Pui never does that well. Jock Peterson is up right now. He's over 1 on the night. I'm happy that he's up. He's a good guy to have hitting when the pitcher is coming out to the mound, right? Or the coach is now talking to Peacock on the mound. And yeah, Jock Peterson is a good batter to have behind Pui. And up until the postseason, the Dodgers, one of the only issues was their number 6 batter. Because what would happen is Pui would be up and nobody would pitch to him, and he looks pretty upset in the dugout. He's got kind of a cool mohawk, not blue. He should have kept his hair colored blue. I don't know why he changed it. That was definitely a jinx. I mean, that's bad luck. You would never do that. You're winning with blue hair. Keep it blue. Here's Jock Peterson. He is over 1 on the night. That is popped up and hopefully foul. And yeah, it's foul, so it's 0-1. And Jock Peterson, this is a situation for the Dodgers. Let's hope that he can get out of it. Or not a situation. Let's hope that he can get out of it. I was wrong on that one. But nonetheless, Jock Peterson is up. And they throw it over to first. Turner makes it back in time. And I guess if you're one of the... Turner's been on base twice, but he didn't even hit the ball. He's been hit by the pitch. Hey, babe.
Did you take him on a walk?
Yeah. Oh, no, but he didn't poop.
So when's the last time you pooped?
Not at all.
So this morning?
This morning. I took him out. It was even kind of a long walk. Jock Peterson takes ball one, so it's 1-1. And yes, I took the dog for a walk, and it did not go poo. What am I supposed to do? The Dodgers were coming up. I made it by the warm-ups. Jock Peterson is up. Turner, Jesus is at first, and I'm just glad he's in the game. Bellinger has, I'm stoned eyes, but he can't be stoned. He hit so many home runs. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. It's going to be 1-2. And yeah, Peacock really got the better of Peterson on that one. Kind of made him look dumb. He pulled his head.
Go for a walk.
Kershaw is still in the dugout. At least he's getting plenty of rest between innings, so his arm can stay healthy. All the rest is, well, or actually maybe you want to keep it going because it's warm. I don't know. Anyway, I think it's probably a good thing that he's getting plenty of rest. And, the Dodgers are hitting. That is good news. We just need to get some runs. Getting the runs after hitting has not been our problem all year. And so far in this game, we have had a couple unlucky breaks. But yeah, getting the runs when we're hitting has not been the problem all year. But so far, we just have not got any runs. McCann is talking to Peacock on the mound. And I don't know what they're saying. Now we're doing a Boys and Girls Club of America. We got three people at the mound. We got a kid saying hi to everybody, wearing a Dodger hat. And yeah, Boys and Girls Club. I don't know what that kid did to get that honor. Maybe loads of community service, or maybe his science project was the best out of everybody. But he was at the mound, at Dodger Stadium, and we are back. It's 1-2 to Jock Peterson. I don't know what they talked about on the mound. Here's the pitch. Inside, it's 2-2, and this guy, Peacock, he takes his sweet time. He is definitely methodical, and this is going to be a very long game. Forsythe is on deck, and he is also a great guy to have up next. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three, and the inning is over. Kershaw is coming back, and wow, the Dodgers at least are able to get runs, or at least they're able to get hits, and we have been hitting their pitching pretty consistently, so that is a good sign. But so far, unable to get hits. We are going to the top of the fourth on commercial break. Thanks for being here, everybody. I am doing a live broadcast of the Dodgers, but we're on commercial break. And what should I talk about? It was Darvish got absolutely blown up, and it's just good that we're definitely hitting, and we're getting to their bullpen early. So 5 runs shouldn't be a problem. Kershaw is pitching, so that means that who knows? Maybe he can pitch till the end. That would be great. 5 runs is something we can handle, but it is a little bit. It's not a good sign that we have left so many people on base so far. That is not a good sign. I refreshed my video, but it is still not ready yet. And how are you supposed to watch baseball online? Is it even possible? It is so annoying. Going to the top of the fourth, and who's going to be up? McCann is going to be batting for the Astros. He can hit, and he's definitely a good guy to get on base, and he'll definitely walk. And one bad part that I saw in the last inning that I didn't like was that Puig, after popping up, and you know what, that was a perfectly good hit. 2 men are on, go for a home run, popped it up, and he threw his bat, and we just got a Puig that looked sad, and it wasn't what we saw before in the playoffs when we were beating everybody, and Puig needs to turn that attitude around and just play. I don't know. He gets a little bit too emotional. It was great. It's because of him that we're even in Game 7 of the World Series, because he has definitely been doing his job in the postseason, and in fielding in right field earlier in the season, and also when he was a rookie, and then when he first got started, his fielding was pretty crazy. He would always do crazy stuff, and but sometimes something really, really good in the field. But towards the ending of this season and in the playoffs, he has played right field pretty close to the vest, and no problems at all with him in the field. So I don't know what I'm talking about right now. I am off the rails right now. I'm sorry. We're still on commercial break. The girlfriend is back from work. Okay, we're back. Here's the first pitch from Kershaw. Strike one. 88 miles an hour right over the plate. I don't know why this just refreshed on his own, so let's hope this quickly gets to the game. Let's go. What is going on? Looks like Kershaw got 3 straight strikes for a strikeout, so that is a very good sign. If you look up here, there's already 1 out. It just said 0-3. Kershaw got strikeouts in the last inning too, and I think that he's probably very excited to have this opportunity, because he was pitching great in his last outing, but in the 4th inning and the 5th inning, when he got around the 60 pitch mark, he started getting blown up, and they were all over him. So it went from pitchers that could not even come close to hitting him, and then then that flipped instantly, and he got blown up. The same thing happened to Verlander yesterday, so he's probably very excited to get that back. And Marwin Gonzalez is up right now. He's 1 for 1 with a double, and Kershaw, though, seems to be pitching perfectly. 13 pitches so far, and Gonzalez calls time, jumps back in the box. Here's the pitch. That's hit to the shortstop, Seager, throws it over to first, and that's not going to make it in time. So Gonzalez gets on first. Not so bad. It was a great stop from Corey Seager just to be able to stop it. It was in the gap, but way too far over, and Turner couldn't get it. Seager, crazy that he got it, but he was never going to make it. That guy must be pretty fast as well. So Kershaw giving up a ground ball single to the infield is not the worst thing that could have happened. And Josh Reddick is up right now. He's over 1, not having a good World Series. Here's the pitch. 92, right down the middle, no movement at all. Reddick was not swinging. Gurriel puts eye drops in his eyes. Maybe he wears contacts. Kershaw gets the sign. Handlebar must, he has the sloppiest beard out of everybody, but he gets away with it. He's Kershaw. That pitch is in the dirt, and it's going to be 1-1 to Reddick. And honestly, of all the Astros, before the World Series started, I didn't know any of the Astros names. I just watched Dodger games, so I didn't know anything about them. I didn't even know they were this good. Now I wish that we would have gotten the Yankees, but Reddick is the only players that, you know what, he hasn't done anything. I don't know anything about him. I like all the other players, or I am impressed with all the other players. That was called a strike, but it was actually outside of the strike zone. It's 1-2 to Reddick. All the players, I like them. I'm glad that I know about them, and they're great hitters, a lot of fun to watch. Too bad that they're going against us, but Reddick is the only one that I'm still neutral on. He didn't impress me with anything, and I don't know why. And he's not batting. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's in the dirt, gets away from Barnes, and it was just a matter of time. And Austin Barnes is such a great catcher. We cannot get mad about this, but it is weird how the Dodgers they're kind of doing stuff that they haven't normally done, which is making a fielding error like they did with Darvish in the first inning. And then now a passed ball and stuff that just never happened to the Dodgers over the season, or it did, but not very often, is happening tonight. So let's get it out of the way. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Reddick. A strikeout will go a long ways. That is a hit to the second baseman. They throw it over to first. Reddick is out at first, and now there's 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. Seager is such a great glove at shortstop. Thank goodness we have him. Let's make sure that we have him next year. And Bregman gives the bat to number 41. And I don't know what that was all about, but maybe a nice gesture from, Peacock. Oh, I guess Peacock is going to be hitting. Oh, so Bregman, maybe they're the same size, or maybe they swing the same bat. But Peacock is now using Bregman's bat. And you know what? He's got a man on right now. He can, if Peacock can actually do anything, I'll be extra impressed with him. I like it, the whole entire time I was only watching Dodger games, so I didn't see a designated hitter at all. There's no interleague games on the games that I did, and so I was very surprised to see that, and it was kind of fun. And I think that the National League should get rid of it too. Why not? More hitting. It's post steroids. We need more hits. Take the pitcher out. Here's the first pitch, and that's low but called a strike, and this umpire is hooking up Kershaw so much. Peacock, that was definitely a ball. You know it was a ball. He's probably confused, like, what the hell? I know I'm not a batter, but that's a ball, right? Yeah, that was a ball. Here's the 0-1 pitch that's popped up, and Chris Taylor gets underneath it. Please catch it. Makes the catch. That's 3 outs. We are going to the bottom of the fourth, and that was the first time I think that the Dodgers got out of an inning without giving up runs. So that is also a good sign. Kershaw comes off the field, and it makes you wonder, why didn't we start Kershaw? But at least he's in there now, and we're on commercial break. Thanks for being here, everybody. Forsythe is coming up, so that's good. And this is going to be a long game. So if I do take breaks, I promise that I will come back. But I noticed that what happens when you're doing this is every time you take you got to just kind of keep it going. But I'll be right back. Forsythe is up. What's up, everybody? We are still on commercial break. I am coming right back. I messed up that tweet. So now I know what I'm going to say. It's going to go much faster. I promise it's going to go much faster. Here we go. I am still here, everybody, and we are still on commercial break. Oh, we are not on commercial break. It's 0-2 to Forsyth right now, and you know what? I'm just going a little bit slower than normal. My bad. Here we go. Live World Series on YouTube. Do a little guy. Oops. Here, Command V. Now I go down here. And I'm going to do hashtag. Do this. I am sorry, everybody. I will be right back. It's 1-2 to Forsyth. Here we go. All right, everybody. Here we go. Just got the tweet over with. My bad. Got to refresh the video. Forsyth must be out. It says there's one out, so Peacock seems to be doing pretty well. I'm refreshing the video, and we are in the World Series. Got it back. It's 1-2 to Forsyth right now, and yeah, he ground out. That's how he got out. And Austin Barnes is up right now, and we need to start scoring some runs, but it's not. We should not get worried yet. It's still early. It's only the 4th inning. Now we are looking at Joe Buck and John Smoltz, and John Smoltz looks much skinnier than how I remember him. And Joe Buck, he's just kind of a smug guy. And look at his glasses. The thing's on the side. I mean, I found that very annoying. Austin Barnes is up right now. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't want to be shitting on the competition. Here is the first pitch. Way outside, ball 1, and if Austin Barnes can walk, that would be very good. Just get on base. They are showing the Dodgers dugout, and they look very, very deflated. Nobody's excited. Kershaw is in the game. Too bad it's not in different circumstances, or it's too bad he just didn't start. Austin Barnes pops it up to the infield. That is going to be 2 outs. And Peacock so far is doing well. Kershaw is coming to bat, so that's good. There's 2 outs, and we don't need to take him out of the game. And I don't think you take him out anyway. The Ethier, they are showing Ethier in the dugout, number 16. And you know what? He's got to play in 2 games in the World Series. Dave Roberts, you did what you had to do. You made the old timer feel good. Let's not put him in the game anymore. He just doesn't seem to do anything. He hit a home run, but that was it, and it was a bit fluky. No need to see Andre Ethier. Instead, we're looking at Clayton Kershaw batting 184 in the regular season, and he's 1 for 7 in the postseason. So you know what? At least he's swinging. Peacock does seem to not be having any problems with anybody so far, so Kershaw probably not. Here's the first pitch, outside for ball 1. And I wonder why Peacock just didn't give him a strike right off the bat. Who knows? YouTube TV advertised behind Kershaw. That is the best marketing ever because it's so iconic. YouTube is going all in. And here's the 1-0 pitch to Clayton Kershaw. That's low, but called a strike. You know what? I can live with it. The umpire has hooked up the Dodgers the other way, just like that a couple times. And it's 1-1 to Clayton Kershaw. Chris Taylor is on deck, and if Kershaw can get on base, you know what? Maybe it's even better that he gets out. So then that way we get the top of the order with no outs. That could easily be the case, but you know what, Kershaw? If you want to get a home run, just do it right now. it'll be worth it in the long run, even if we don't get to watch. You know what? Kershaw, if he got on base, that would be better than not getting on base. The fact that we might miss the top of the order with no outs, I don't think you can really. I don't know. That would be a question to ask a baseball guy, somebody that knows baseball well, because or mathematically, maybe you got to ask like a math guy. Is it better that he gets the hit now with 2 outs and then brings up Taylor, or gets the out and then the next inning we get to start fresh again? I don't know. So you know what? If he strikes out, whatever. I won't care. But if he gets the home run, I will be very impressed. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled away. And yeah, well, guess what? He definitely went for the home run. We definitely want that run. And if you guys would have seen what Kershaw just did, that was the hardest I've ever seen a hitter try. And what's funny about it, he was so sneaky about it. He wasn't doing anything. He was just standing there like most pitchers do. And then all of a sudden he just lets loose. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Peacock owned him on that last pitch. But honestly, Kershaw kind of knew the situation, and that swing was pretty awesome actually. And that's why we pay him all that money. He's gonna go for it. Due up is George Springer for Houston, and he is Chris Taylor is such a good leadoff hitter. All season, so great. Best on base percentage. I mean, they said the number. It was like 27 times on base in the postseason. It's a Dodgers record, and I thought he was the best. This guy Springer is just as good, and we have to go up against him every game. And so far, we have not been able to, as a pitching staff, been able to crack the code that is Houston's batting. Nobody can do it. Jansen got blown up. Kershaw got blown up. Hill did pretty well. Darvish got blown up twice. We just have not been able to crack the code. Hopefully Kershaw was pitching good until he got tired. So Kershaw is I think he's just going to overpower people. But so far so good. He hasn't let up any runs. And I wish that he just would have started the game, because if Kershaw's willing to pitch, it's a matter of willing. If he is willing and he's willing to pitch, why not just let him start? It makes no sense to not start him. Maybe you can go to Darvish in the middle of the game. I don't know. Darvish, we did a phone-in friend thing, and I tried calling somebody to have a phone call to make it more like radio for the very first time. And my buddy Amin said that the fact that he got blown up shouldn't matter, but I think that it kind of does, because Kershaw is willing to pitch. Darvish was not Game 7 World Series ready. We're still on commercial break. Kershaw's coming back into the game. He's pitched 2 innings. Let's hope he can go the rest of the way. And then we see Jansen. Luckily, it's still early in the game. We have more innings than not. So, but through 4, Houston has been able to dodge a couple bullets. We've had bases on a few times. McCullers Jr. came in, and when I saw him, I'm like, oh, wow, we're going up against him. And I was worried about Darvish, but at least we're going up against McCullers Jr. And boom, they blew up Darvish, 3 runs in the first inning. And the bottom of the first, the Dodgers started blowing up McCullers Jr., and the inning lasted forever. Ended up scoring no runs. And he ended up scoring. We ended up scoring no runs, and then we did it again, and then we did it again, but still no runs. So Houston has really dodged a bullet. But at least we're swinging. We are back from commercial break. They are showing a quick cut of highlights of the game, and then the World Series logo with. Somehow they worked YouTube into that logo directly in the center. It was so small. The official World Series logo this year had YouTube directly in the center, but it was very, very small. Just amazing marketing from YouTube. They know exactly what they're doing. Springer tonight, 5th home run, tied most in single World Series and most from leadoff spot. He's a lot of firsts coming from Springer. Here's the pitch. Huge curveball, 73 miles an hour, strike 1. First player with XBH in 6 straight World Series games. I don't know what an XBH is. Here's the pitch. That's foul. It's going to be 0-2, and inside fastball, or maybe an inside slider, but it was inside, and Springer turned so fast, hit it down the line, but it went foul. And honestly, that was a great pitch from Kershaw. He tested him, and now Springer has seen it. I don't think Kershaw's going to go back to that, but I'm glad that he got the strike with it. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Outside, fouled away, and that was another perfect pitch from Kershaw. It just didn't move. It was 93 miles an hour outside, and most of the time that would come in a little bit, and it would hit that corner. But this time it didn't. Maybe it wasn't supposed to curve, but Springer swung and fouled it away. But it was amazing that he just even got the bat on it. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Kershaw gets a third strikeout, and he must be having so much fun making the World Series with the Dodgers. He just signed a big deal along with Justin Turner to stay with the team, and he gets to save a little bit of face, if you will, here in the World Series after getting blown up. Alex Bregman is up right now, and in the World Series he's batting .250, but he can hit the ball as good as anybody. He hasn't been quite as good as Springer, but we need to be very worried about him at all times. But Kershaw should get the better of him, and something is going on in the outfield. I think people threw balls onto the field, and now they have the ball girl, maybe a 10-year-old girl, running out onto the field to get it. That's a lot of fun. How did she get that job? Pretty sweet job. Springer has a mohawk, and I like him even more now. You know what? I like these Astros. I'm just going to say it. Here's the pitch. I really like these Astros. They're really good. They seem to be a good group of guys. Knowing that this was going to happen, I would have much rather played the Yankees. Now that you remember when we're like, dude, Yankees, we could play the Yankees, and it was very exciting. I really wish that we would have played them. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Bregman. Strike 2. It's 0-1, or it's 0-2, and Kershaw is doing exactly what he's supposed to do. Yeah, where it's like, oh, Yankees, that'd be so fun. Well, who knew Astros were so good? I wish we would have played the Yankees. There's the 0-2 pitch over the plate, and it's popped up, but foul ball.
I'm playing with the baby.
Hey, babe. How's work?
Good, you're playing with the baby puppy.
Oh, really? I'm sorry for ignoring you.
I don't care.
You don't care? Oh.
Last game.
It is the last game. You know what? Maybe we can run this back. We can do another series. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and Kershaw is striking people out. We should leave him in the game. Why? They cut to the bullpen real quick, and it looked like maybe somebody was going to warm up. We should just leave him in the game. Now they're showing the home run off of Darvish, and Darvish was the very first person to know that was going to be a home run, and it was 438 feet. That was deep, and the Dodgers fans fight for the ball. Who knows who got it? Some of the guys saying throw it back. If I got the ball and they told me to throw it back, I'd be like, screw you, I got the ball. Here's the pitch. Altuve is up, pulls it foul, and Altuve is, if anybody is going to hit Kershaw right now, it is Jose Altuve. He's 0 for 2 on the night, and it looks like he's chomping at the bit to be a difference maker in the World Series. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and popped up. Please stay fair. And
Tastes good to you, right?
yeah. That's 3 outs. Taylor, Seager, and Turner are coming up. Kershaw is pitching amazing. We're going to commercial break. YouTube TV. It is all over the place. Wow. This is going to be a long game.
Yep. Game 7.
And I actually did it from the start.
Yeah. My dog didn't poop because of it.
No, well, I took him for a long enough walk for him to be able to do it. And he even started pulling me away. But yeah, we are on commercial break. Thanks for being here. This is YouTube. I am doing play-by-play commentary. Think about it like radio. And if not, maybe you can watch the video and then just listen to me. It's alternative play-by-play telecast. And this is just the first season. I'm not that good at it yet. And I'm just learning how to actually just talk and do the game. Maybe at some point I'll get some better visuals. And if I could get some video of Major League Baseball, that would be the best possible scenario. But every single time I put it up, they always catch it. So I don't know if I'm going to ever be able to put Major League Baseball on YouTube, but it looks like with YouTube TV, they're doing it for us. And that's just a good idea because half of Los Angeles can't even watch Dodgers games. It is pretty crazy. We are still on commercial break. I got my tweet correctly, so I got a tweet out there. And honestly, I think at this point, I don't think tweeting does much. But it is officially out there. And if people want to come from Twitter, that will be definitely awesome. You're welcome to come. 502 bad gateway. This is the worst thing that could happen. It means the video's staying down. But I think I just got it back. Let's take a look. But we're probably still on commercial break. Oh, nope, it is 0-1 to Taylor right now. I really need to get the timing better of my commercials because I need to get better at the timing. But we are back. It says it's still on commercial break. Oh, yeah, we are still on commercial break. At least now I know my video is ready to go. Chris Taylor is coming up, going up against Peacock, who is a very solid bullpen pitcher. But he's already pitched 2 innings. But they were quick innings, I will say. But he's already pitched 2 innings. So maybe he's starting to get a little bit tired. But we have the top of the order. They are showing they're showing Santa Monica Pier right now. With the roller coaster and the Ferris wheel. If you ever come to Los Angeles, go to Santa Monica Pier. It really is fun. Except it seems like the roller coaster is never going, but if you can go when the roller coaster is actually not under maintenance, that would be best case scenario, because every time I go, it's always under maintenance. Here we go, we are back. Here's the first pitch to Taylor, and I think he pops it up. And Taylor swung at the first pitch and popped it up, and that is not something that Taylor does all the time. He should not be swinging at the first pitch. I guess if it's that much of a meatball, he should. But I like it better when Chris Taylor battles and goes like 10, 15 pitches into these batters. I mean, I even like it sometimes when he's 0-2 because it just means the pitcher is going to have to pitch so many more. But he swung at the first pitch, didn't get it. Puig did the same thing and also popped it up. They seem to be swinging for home runs. Here's the pitch to Corey Seager, inside corner, strike 1, and Corey Seager, we don't need to get worried yet, but pretty soon the Dodgers are going to have to do something against Peacock, or they're just going to leave him in there. Corey Seager, let's hope that he's figured it out. They're showing Jock Peterson. He reminds me of Rob Gronkowski, and that is ball 1, 1-1. Corey Seager, don't swing at trash. Chris Taylor should still be up right now. This just hasn't really been Dodger baseball so far. Never seen Darvish get lit up like that. And now Kershaw is in. He came in the middle of the game, Game 7. This is just it wasn't what I was expecting. Here's the 1-1 pitch, swung on, and that's fouled away. That was inside and hit. That was a great pitch. Jock Peterson, Seager, bit on that inside. I think that was a slider. I don't know what it was. It didn't move much, but it was inside, and it starts on the inside of the plate, and then it moves inside. And they swing it by the hands of the bat, and it seems to be working on Seager and Bellinger. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and of course Peacock goes to that again. Seager, had that not been kind of close to hitting him, he probably would have swung. But thank goodness it was kind of going at his head. He moved out of the way. Ball 2. Turner is on deck. He is so due to start hitting. If Seager could get on base, that would go a long ways. And then we got Bellinger and Puig, and don't worry everybody, swung on, fouled away, and Seager seems to be all over Peacock now, not swinging at the inside slider, just to put the bat on the ball when he put it over the plate. Now, I have a feeling that he's going to go to that slider, and I just, for the love of God, don't swing Seager. They're showing Puig in the dugout. He was looking at his hands. Now Altuve, number 27, what position does he play? I don't know. I think he wears his hat a little bit sideways. Not advisable. You know, what happens if the sun gets in your eyes? Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled away again, and Corey Seager is doing exactly what we wanted. Chris Taylor to do. Instead, Chris Taylor decides to swing at the first pitch and pop it up, though millimeters away from a home run, just like Puig. Turner is on deck. You know what, guys? You just need to get on base. Let Bellinger handle the home runs. And it looks like Seager got the memo. It's 2-2, but I don't expect this to be an easy strikeout. And you know what? It might even be a mistake to put this over the plate. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled away again. 93 miles an hour. That was on the top outside corner. And yeah, Peacock has nothing else to throw Seager. Seager has seen everything. The problem, Seager just has not connected yet and fouled them all the way. 7 pitches this at bat. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Seager, you know what? He looks a little bit nervous. Not going to lie. He looks a little bit nervous. Here's the 2-2 pitch. He did not bite. Check swing on the inside slider. Thank goodness. He check swing on the inside slider, and that was the first indication that he has actually learned not to swing at that. It looks like he probably went. But umpire said it was safe. It's now 3-2 to Corey Seager, and now he knows not to swing at the inside slider. And now Peacock doesn't know what to do and calls time, actually. So, yeah, it calls time. And now they reset the situation. McCann gives him a series of numbers I used to be able to follow, but they go too fast. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Inside ball 4, and that's exactly what we needed Seager to do. He did not fall for the inside fastball. That was way too inside because it's kind of going for his feet. So, yeah, Peacock was going to the inside pitch too much, and then when he needed to go back to it, just made it more extremely inside, and it didn't work. So, yeah, great at-bat from Seager. Seager outsmarted him. And, yeah, Peacock actually doesn't have very many pitches. I just saw it with my own eyes. He's just a very solid pitcher. Turner is up right now. He's not having a good World Series. He's totally due. And if Seager can do that to Peacock right now, Turner can definitely do better. We'll take a home run, a hit, doesn't matter. Hit by pitch in both consecutive plate appearances today. First time in the World Series since 1961, so records are being made. This is Dodger Stadium. Here's the pitch. Low and outside, strike 1, and Turner finally doesn't swing at the first pitch, and it was called a strike. He probably would not have hit that one. It was directly over the corner. Great first one to throw. And, yeah, it seems that Peacock really likes that corner of the plate. It's inside for lefties and outside for righties. So I have a feeling he's going to be going back to that. And he just starts with a slider on that part of the plate. It's for Turner right now. It's outside, and it looks like it's going to be a pitch. It looks like a fastball that's going to be. It looks kind of like a fastball, then it moves, and then every once in a while he'll actually throw a fastball to the spot that he wants. And those seem to be his only 2 pitches. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Turner. He looks awesome. Outside again, 92 miles an hour. Didn't move that much, and Peacock looks. I don't want to call it yet, but he's looking done. And sure enough, they're warming up the bullpen. Liriano and Devinsky is coming in. I like Devinsky because he's got the same name as me, minus the ski, or adding a ski. But I just like his attitude. He's got a good aura about him. He's fun to watch. Here's the 1-1 pitch, swung on, fouled away from Turner, and that was definitely gonna move off of the plate. And yeah, Peacock is really milking that slider over that part of the plate. He's thrown, I don't know, maybe 8 out of 9 pitches to that exact same spot, one of them being a fastball on the other side, which worked. So I have a feeling that this is going to be the same thing. He doesn't want to throw to Turner. And giving Turner something inside that he can turn on, probably not advisable. But he stands so close to the plate. How far outside do you have to throw it for it to be too far for Turner to hit a home run? I don't know. He's Jesus. He can probably hit it. He just called time, and you know what? This is the World Series. Baseball games take forever, but take your time, and you're the second coming of Christ. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That was high and outside, and yeah, Peacock seems to be running out of fuel fast and furiously. So far, Houston in the game has been very quick to yank the pitchers as soon as they appear this way. if something happens here, I have a feeling they're going to take him out for Puig. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and yeah, Turner's seen everything. There's nothing Peacock can do. He's probably going to throw a ball, and he calls time. The pressure is on Peacock right now, and yeah, he looks nervous. He just kind of juggled the ball in his glove. He looked at it, and then he took a huge breath. Los Angeles has left 6 runners on base so far this game. I mentioned that earlier. It's just not something the Dodgers have done recently or really all season. When we get hits, we get runs. It is very odd for us to get hits and not get runs. Some anomalies happen. It's crazy, but it's too bad. It's Game 7 of the World Series, and it feels like I keep saying that. Like, I think the Astros might be something special. And I thought the Dodgers were something special, but you know what? We're allowed to have 2 special things. And, you know, when you're lucky, they go up against each other in the World Series. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That's hit hard, but going to be foul. And that was the first time that I have seen Turner look alive at the plate in a very long time. And, yeah, it's just not quite as smooth of a swing as he had the whole entire time. That's something that I've noticed. But he was able to turn on that one and hit it hard. And yeah, Peacock he doesn't know what to do. He just threw it over the plate and Turner ripped it like 500 feet foul. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That's going to be a ground ball to the gap. And Turner is going to get on base. So now the Dodgers have a batter on first and second with 1 out. Puig coming up. Turner did his job, got on base. That was a home run swing, and he missed it, actually, and that's how he's been missing it. Luckily, it was a grounder, and he just barely nicked it. And the third baseman, actually, he goes off the edge of his glove. He dove out. There's nothing else he can do. That was like one of the only times I've ever seen in slow motion where you think to yourself, wow, he was completely laid out, and it hit the edge of his glove. There's nothing he can do. Usually, anyway, Peacock is coming out. What a surprise. It's just too bad that he ran out of pitches, and once he got exposed for that pitch, there was nothing else anybody can do. And I think Turner knew that coming into the at-bat. As I said, it looked like a home run swing, but he just missed it, and it was a grounder, kind of a weird grounder to the gap. And it worked. So now we have a guy on first and second, and Puig coming in. Oh, no, we have Bellinger coming in. So this is the best situation that we can hope for. And that's the 3rd time that I've said so far that this is the best situation that we can hope for with runners on base, because Bellinger has been up 3 times with runners on base, and I have said this is the best situation that we can hope for because he's the one that hit 45 home runs. So this time, I guess according to math and the numbers and averages, he's due for a home run. You know what? I'd like to make fun of him because he has stoner-looking eyes. Maybe he smokes weed. I don't know. It seems like with all the games on the road and all the wear and tear on their bodies, what are you going to take, aspirin over the course of like decades? I don't know. To me, it seems like weed and baseball would be a good combination for medical reasons. But I doubt he's a stoner, but he definitely looks like one. We are still on commercial break. The pitcher coming in is Liriano, and I don't know too much about him, but I remember not being impressed. Who knows if he is World Series quality? And it's crazy how almost all the players actually are World Series quality. Maybe Darvish is not. He got blown up. That guy, the pitcher, McCovers Jr., definitely not World Series quality, but everybody else is. You know, Liriano, I'm gonna guess no. I'm probably gonna guess no. He's a reliever in Houston, just a reliever in the bullpen. So we are still on commercial break. Why is this break taking longer than most? Usually when they change the pitchers, it's a faster commercial. Okay, we are back. Fox NFL Sunday, Falcons versus Panthers, Rams versus Giants, Buccaneers versus Saints, and then at 4 p.m., Redskins versus Seahawks, Cardinals versus the 49ers, and maybe the Los Angeles Rams or the Los Angeles Chargers. We got 2 teams now. I like the Chargers better. I'm from LA, but I was a Raiders fan and still am a Raiders fan. But you know what? The Rams, to me, oh, here we are. Liriano, he's got 38 games. His numbers look pretty good. Seemed like a workhorse bullpen pitcher. Here's Bellinger. He's so due for a home run. Here's the first pitch. 94 miles an hour, outside corner, strike one. And Cody Bellinger this season versus lefties 271 versus righties 259. So yeah, he's not the greatest batter in the world in terms of batting average, but he's a rookie and he's got 45 home runs. So you can't hope for a better prospect. Here's the pitch. Inside though, and called a ball, so it's 1-1, but actually that was over the strike zone. That was right directly over the line, but Bellinger kind of freaked out for no reason, and maybe that kind of bluffed the umpire Mark a little bit, so he made the mistake, called that a ball. It's 1-1, and we'll take it. Liriano seems to have some pretty dirty stuff. That curveball was definitely moving. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 2, it's 2-1, and this is Dodgers hitting. Usually Bellinger does not have that kind of discipline to lay off that pitch. Now they're showing him earlier in the game the inside sliders that just keep getting him every time. That was a very frustrating at bat, probably even more so for him. Let's hope he learned. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swung on, ground ball to the second baseman, and they're going to get Turner at second, and that is it. So the Dodgers now have runners at first and third. With no outs and Puig coming up to bat, and once again, Bellinger comes up nothing, but at least one of the batters advanced. But Bellinger comes up nothing. I think he's still or maybe over 2 or over 3 in the game. I don't know. The Astros coach is coming out to the mound, and are they going to take out Liriano after 1 inning? It looks like that they are, and yeah, maybe that pitcher was. That pitcher was only for Bellinger, and Devinsky is coming in right now to pitch against Puig. And last game, I was talking about how I thought Jansen was the biggest, strongest on both teams, and if they had a Royal Rumble, Jansen would win. And then I thought, oh no, maybe Devinsky could take Jansen, because man, he's just got this badass aura. He doesn't give a shit, and so I was like, oh man, maybe Devinsky is more badass than Jansen. And then I thought about it, and Puig hit a home run, and then I realized Puig could beat up both of them. Puig could definitely beat up both Devinsky and Jansen, and Puig is the biggest badass out of all the people on both teams. Definitely on the Dodgers. When I say this, all I mean is the Dodgers. And guess what? We have Puig the badass going up against Devinsky. And we'll see what happens. Devinsky throws hard. He's definitely not a tactician, but a blind squirrel finds nuts. And some of his pitches are absolutely unhittable. So let's hope that we can get all over him. And we are still on commercial break, 2 outs. Devinsky is warming up, and I'll bet you the commercial break is longer when the pitcher doesn't know, like, I'm sure that they didn't have very long to warm up that pitcher. So it takes longer for him to warm up. He's got to throw more balls. Maybe that's why these commercials all have different lengths. Puig is coming up. And what I got to do is I need to refresh the video feed right when we go to commercial break. So then that way it's all figured out by the time we come back. And now I know the timing because it's 0-1, but we're still not back from the commercial break on my video feed. Oh no, it's not 0-1. Please, I'm looking at the wrong one. It's 0-1. He's 0-1 on the night. That's fooled me a few times. We are still on commercial break. Devinsky, I guess, needs loads of pitches to get warmed up. And when you take a look at this guy, or if you could see him, if you saw him at a bar, late night, like a dive bar, you would be so scared of him. And he is exactly the type of guy that you would see hanging out at a dive bar at 1 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. Oh, Ken Jong is on the sidelines. Dennis Haysbert also there. What happened to my water? Oh, Andy Sandberg in the crowd. Caitlin Olsen from It's Always Sunny with Mac. Mac was sitting right next to her, but they did not show him. They only showed half of his face. So I think she must have a Fox show. Larry King is Mary Hart, Larry King. You know what? These are second-tier celebrities as far as I'm concerned. Knicks games get Beyonce and Jay-Z. Here's Devinsky. Certainly did not groom himself for Game 7 of the World Series. He is not that kind of guy. He's 1-0, 4 2/3, 4 hits, 4 earned runs. Here's the pitch. Puig takes strike one because he always takes strike one, and he seems frustrated with the umpire, which is not a good look. In the World Series, he's 4 for 25, has not been hitting, and we have got sad face Puig on our hands. So let's hope that a home run can lift those spirits. But yeah, it's 0-1 to him. Devinsky hit his spot. We got two badasses going up against each other. You know what? I'll put my money on the wild horse. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled away. And Puig was very, very animated in his reaction to the hit. And it's because he knew that was the home run pitch. And looking back on that pitch, that was the one that he should have taken out. Wow. And the same thing has been happening to a lot of the Dodgers tonight. They see great pitches and they swing and they try to get home runs, and they've just been a little bit off. So I think part of the frustration on the team, it kind of went through, it just channeled through Puig just now. Anyway, here's the 0-2 pitch. That is a high fastball, swung on, fouled away. That would have been called a strike. Puig put the bat on the ball. Devinsky seems to be pitching pretty darn well. Part of the problem for the Astros is that they are going through their bullpen pitchers pretty quickly. At some point, we're going to start getting the better of them. But yeah, they are going through their. Oops. You got to mess something up. They are going through their pitchers pretty quickly. And it's 0-2 to Puig, and I don't want to see Puig after a strikeout in Game 7 of the World Series right now, because that would be very sad. And after this whole entire season, the last thing that we want to see is sad Puig, who had a bad Game 7. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, ball one, and Puig is not stupid. Not even close. Morrow was, I think he knew that wasn't going to work either, Devinsky knew that wasn't going to work either, but you got to do it. That was a low outside pitch in the dirt. Would have worked against Seager. Inside slider definitely would have worked, but not against Puig. It's 1-2, and if anything, that was a bit disrespectful to Puig. You got to do better than that. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's popped up, but that's fouled away. Puig licks his bat, and honestly, that's the second time Puig saw a pitch that he can hit, and just popped it up. He looks very frustrated. He jumped in the air after he swung, and he just wears his emotions directly on his sleeve more than anybody else I've seen in a long time, and he's so genuine about it. He is frustrated with his batting. He knows that he can hit those pitches. Let's hope that he can figure it out right now. He calls time. And he stares down Devinsky. I think he feels a bit disrespected, and we're resetting the situation. Puig, that was awesome. I am so glad that he did that. Set the tone. This guy Devinsky, you know what? At a bar, at the dive bar that you hang out, at your regular, if he came in late night and started causing trouble, he could beat you up. I think Devinsky might know that. Now, he just called time. Yeah. Puig might have got into Devinsky's head. The catcher comes out to the mound. They're talking about something. And, Devinsky now realizes that if Puig came into a bar late night, he would hit on your girlfriend, and you couldn't do anything about it. And if it came down to it, Puig would win. So Devinsky feels a bit emasculated, hopefully. And you know what? Puig just trolled him hard and stared him down. That was great. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That is hit to first base and caught for 3 outs. Puig hit the ball so hard, but it was out. And just another time that the Dodgers are able to hit the ball so hard, but just right to Houston's gloves. And this is something that just hasn't been happening that much. We're going to have a commercial break. I am going to be right back. I've been doing this now for 2.5 hours. I need a break. Thanks for being here. I'll be doing this until the very ending. I started this Dodgers thing. I'm going to end it. I'll be right back. Hey, babe. I'm sorry for ignoring you.
Stop. Just go do your thing. Like, saying sorry to ignore you 20 times a day doesn't do anything.
Now, what did I do with my water filter?
Maybe you can see how many people see the best. I said yes, of course. And said the right things, which were doing your gardening to, take care of you. So I think maybe a week later I took the train from DC to New York to Union Station. And I remember driving in New York and looking up and just being shocked at New York. One time I was supposed to have an executive's child ready before she wanted to go out, and he wasn't ready in time because he wasn't cooperating. And I just remember her screaming at me and my friend and cursing at us from the first floor. We were on the 7th floor. And, while I had suffered neglect, I had never had anyone scream, curse at me. And so that was like the first moment that I was like, this is not what I thought it was going to be. I was kidnapped, raped,
What's up, everybody? We are back from commercial break. I am restarting my video feed. Kershaw is still on the mound. Looks like it's 0-1 to Correa. So yeah, Kershaw seems to be doing his job perfectly. We are back. Got to get lined up here. Here's Carlos Correa. He's 0 for 2 on the night with a ground out. He's batting .259, and he can hit a home run at any time. So thank goodness there's nobody on base. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Crazy curveball, fell off a table, low for ball 1, and yeah, it's just great to see that Kershaw has that pitch. It helps him out big time. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled away, and Kershaw is just pitching outstanding. 34 total pitches tonight, and really coming through for the Dodgers. At some point, we are going to have to start hitting in those runs, because we have left a lot of people out on base. And here's the pitch in the dirt. Another crazy curveball, 74 miles an hour, 2-2. Correa is too smart for that. And you know what? If he is going to hit a home run, let's just get it over with. And but it's 2-2, and Kershaw does seem to be ahead of everybody. So here's the pitch. That's hit to the gap and gonna be a base hit. So at least it wasn't a home run. And yeah, that just keeps happening. The Astros, every single time they hit the ball, and even sometimes not hard like that one, it's just perfectly in the gap. Reporting Ken Rosenthal with the bow tie. Find him at Ken_Rosenthal on Twitter. I bet you he's got some super exciting tweets. I mean, people with bow ties are probably the best at tweeting. And yeah, the Astros they just keep on hitting it to the gaps. Everything is kind of going their way right now. They pulled their pitchers out at good timing. Here's the pitch. That's a grounder to Kershaw. He throws it over to first, and there's an out at first base. And Correa is now at second. Kershaw did not worry about him at all. I think he's going to worry. He's just going to remember that he's got a good arm and he's pitching and no need to get crazy trying to get 2 outs. George Springer drafted in, Carlos Correa drafted in 2012. Overall number 1 pick. Oh, wow, yeah. So what's been happening, who's Mark Appel? Alex Bregman drafted 2015. So they're showing all the people recently drafted by Houston, and I guess they are making good decisions, and all those people seem to be very good. Now, Houston was very excited at the beginning of the game. They were getting loads of hits. They've quieted it down quite a bit. Here's the first pitch that's swung on and fouled back. McCann, he just tries so hard. He is such a he's just such an earnest catcher. And in the World Series, he's batting .217, but he seems to do a little bit. He seems to do a little bit better than that batting. Even when he's getting out, he's not an easy out. He's just trying his best, and he's a good catcher. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Kershaw. Swung on and fouled away again. It's 0-2, and Kershaw has gotten basically everybody so far 0-2. Regular season Astros offense strikeout percentage. First, 17.3. They went from 25 in 2013, and they had in the 20s for 4 straight years, and then all of a sudden their strikeout percentage their strikeout percentage went to 17. So yeah, they're pitching much better. Here's the 0-2 pitch to McCann. Swung on and fouled back, and the exact same pitch and swing has went down 3 times in a row now, and Bregman just can't quite get a beat on it, and he fouls it back in the same spot also every time. I have a feeling that Kershaw will switch it up this time. It's still 0-2. He can't, only a crazy person would throw the pitch, the same thing 4 times in a row. And then if you're smart, then you definitely throw it the 5th time in a row. Here's a ground ball, and they throw it to first, and Bregman is out at first. And thank goodness, because Forsythe, who I don't talk enough about, he's so good in the playoffs, was playing way back, like way out in the outfielder. He might as well have been just holding hands with Yasiel Puig. Actually makes it to the ball in time and throws him out. So good distance. Forsythe he understood the distances, and yeah, we get the out. And honestly, it's not even that bad. That guy goes to third. Gonzalez is up right now, or not Gonzalez. Gonzalez is not up. He's intentional walk. Yeah, that's just a good idea. Why not? He hits the ball so well. Dave Roberts knows what he's doing. He's got his pen out, and he was writing something down. And this is my favorite Astro by far. Is this Gaddis? Please be Gaddis. This is Gaddis. He is Dave Roberts is coming in. I think he respects Gaddis as well. What does Dave Roberts want to tell his team? Gaddis, they are having a powwow at the mound. Turner is there. Bellinger is there. Barnes is there. Forsythe is he's kind of standing in the corner. I don't think he's going to contribute much to this. Yeah, Dave Roberts is talking to everybody, and Gaddis is on deck. And then he's warming up with another guy, Mabin. And actually, I don't think I've seen this guy yet all World Series. So that's a good sign also that if they're using their players up like that. Kershaw, 41 pitches. You know what? Let's hope he can do 100. And if I still think that no matter what, we should definitely question why he didn't start Kershaw. But I don't want to get into that right now. Maybe I'll make another video. We'll see how this plays out. But he should have started Kershaw. What is taking so long? This is the World Series. This is going to be a 6-hour game. And what happens? Oh, no. Gaddis is pinch running. Oh, another intentional walk. So now the bases are loaded. This really just this escalated very quickly, and now the bases are loaded. Cameron Mabin is coming up right now. In the postseason, he's batting 2 for 5. In the regular season, batting .228. Yeah, this guy probably did not expect to be in this situation right now. Definitely excited at the opportunity, but this is pretty tough for him. Here's the first pitch to the guy that doesn't play much. Strike one, right down the middle, 93 miles an hour. And this guy, you know what? I'm not too worried at all. He kind of had like a this is a joke face on it but 228, he's on Houston. It's pretty tough to get a starting spot when you're going up against all those people. Here's the 0-1 pitch. It's popped up, and Turner's underneath it. 3 outs, thank goodness. And Kershaw is still scoreless in this game. Why didn't he start? We are going to commercial break, and too bad Turner didn't start. And somebody else was coming in, so Devinsky is going to be out. We are on commercial break. Now I know that I should refresh that right now. And yeah, Kershaw is just pitching so great. Stop the bleeding. Darvish was just not World Series material. And why did he start? I don't know. I guess you could never take him out after 1 inning. Peterson is going to come up right now. He's a great guy to be the leadoff batter. He's a tough out. He's gonna do everything possible to make it really tough on the Dodgers. For Houston. And who's the pitcher coming in? We'll have to take a look and see. But it is very good that they are burning through their pitchers so quick. We're still on commercial break. This is, I got to come up with a name for what I'm doing. YouTube radio. And, I guess Devinsky is staying in the game. That is good news because he's pretty fun. And something makes me think Peterson could outsmart Devinsky if they were, if they were in a movie and it was a good guy versus. Oh no, never mind. It's Morton. Morton is coming in, and I don't know. This guy sounds pretty nerdy right off the bat. I don't think he's been in a game in a little while. I don't remember him. 0 innings pitched. Oh yeah, so that explains it. But somehow has a 1.42 ERA. I wouldn't put too much stock into that number, but that's not a bad ERA. But if we can just blow this guy up early in this inning, get through Peterson, and maybe Barnes can even get on base, get through it, we're so due. What I'm saying is we're so due. And I think that, so much pressure on the Dodgers right now. They've put themselves behind the 8 ball. Is I guess what I'm trying to say. They're definitely behind the 8 ball, and they are going to have to do something to win, and that is just not something that's happened the whole season. Houston got them behind the. You know what? We'll see what happens. But it would be nice if the Dodgers won. And why the hell does Houston have to be so good right now? We are still on commercial break. Yeah, it's a little bit bad luck that Houston was so good. The Dodgers were the best. They hit so much. They were so good. They had the best pitching, the best bullpen, and Jansen. Who knew that they were this good? Too bad the Yankees did not pull a horseshoe out of their asses and beat the Astros. Here's Charlie Morton, 1-1 record, 4.6 ERA. You know what? He seems to be a pretty average pitcher. Here's the first pitch. That is going to be a base hit right off the bat. Peterson scores on Morton. And yeah, that was probably the easiest pitch that I have seen to hit this whole game. I have a feeling that I could probably have hit that. Jock Peterson just was like, "Are you kidding me?" and just hit it to center, no problem. And we have a guy on base right now with Forsythe coming up, and he is exactly who we want. a great second baseman. He's 1 for 2 on the night. He batting 300 in the World Series. I used to be very down on him. I was just kind of like, why is he there? Can't we do better? I was wrong. I admit I was wrong. Dave Roberts, everybody knew but me. And he is just such a good, solid brain for baseball. He's a good second baseman. And right when we needed him to step it up, he definitely did. Unsung hero of the World Series so far, and definitely one of the reasons why we're here in Game 7. Let's hope he can get something going for the Dodgers right now. It's 0-1. Here's the pitch. Way low. It's 1-1. And Morton, right off the bat, I'm going to tell you, he's 0 for 5. Logan, he's 0 for 5 versus Morton. So I don't think that means anything. If you saw Morton right now, you would want to bat against him. He's breathing hard. He looks nervous, very skinny, and he doesn't. I can tell right off the bat. He's gonna get blown up. Check swing foul. So it's gonna be 1-2, and yeah, he should have pulled the bat back. That fouled away. Jansen is warming up in the bullpen. If we're gonna see Kershaw and Jansen in the same game, Game 7, that would just be awesome. I guess that means that we're not going to use him to close the game if we have the lead in the 9th inning. Dave Roberts seems to know what he's doing. Here's the 1-2 pitch, check swing, and he's safe. So yeah, that time Forsythe did not bite on that pitch, and it was the exact same pitch 2 times in a row. Morton looks nervous. He looks like the skinniest, dweebiest guy. He definitely was a dweeb in high school. He's here, Game 7 of the World Series. It's 2-2. He's going up against Logan Forsythe, and let me tell you, there's nothing special. There's no sauce on these things. Way inside, maybe you should have stepped into it, Logan. But it's 3-2, and you know what? Logan moved out of the way. This is the World Series. That's a -1. That's -1 point for Logan. You know what? -1, but he's still way in the positive. But definitely -1. Should have stepped into it. It's 3-2. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled away, and that kind of got him to bite a little bit. It was a low outside slider. Logan pulled his head, and definitely Morton one-upped him there and kind of made him look a little bit dumb. Luckily, he put the bat on the ball. That would have been a walk. Dave Roberts is spitting and yelling at somebody right now, but not actually at anybody in particular, just yelling out to the Los Angeles sky. And Jock Peterson is just like, come on, please hit me in. Logan calls time. Thank God. Oh no, it was the catcher. Anyway, this Morton guy, skinny arms, needs to hit the gym. Definitely add more protein to his diet. Commentators on the telecast are Joe Buck, John Smoltz, Ken Rosenthal, and Tom Verducci. I'm sure they're 2 tons of fun. Kershaw is back in the dugout. Now that's where we like to see him, when he's over the edge. This is looking more like regular Dodger baseball. Here's the 3-2 pitch. And he walks. Wow, that was amazing pitch. Morton got totally screwed. The umpire knew that was a strike, but he just kept it going anyway. Wow, that was on the bottom right-hand corner. That was a perfect pitch, and actually, according to the computer, that was a little bit outside. And yeah, that was an amazing pitch. Morton had that one in his back pocket saved up. He had an ace in the hole. He's already used it, and he's got 2 people on with no outs. This is another great situation for the Dodgers. We are doing it every single inning. It's what the Dodgers do. They know nothing else. And guess what? Andre Ethier is on deck, and maybe it makes sense. I don't know. Andre Ethier he never played a game. I think you should have to play a game. You should have to play games in the regular season to actually play in the World Series. He is getting off on a loophole, and he's in the game all the time. He looks like he's on deck. And I think they're going to take out Kershaw. I think that's what's going on. Here's the pitch. Right down the middle. Strike 1. Morton can throw 97, and trust me, he's got no more than that. We just saw Morton maxed out, and it was pretty quick. But that's also a good sign that he showed us so many pitches so fast. And well, I guess It's 0-1. Here's the pitch. Swung on and hit hard but fouled away. And Barnes, that was a very good swing. Maybe just missed it by a little bit. This has kind of been happening the whole entire game for the Dodgers. They are just, even in the field, everywhere, they have been consistently off in all aspects of the game. Defense, offense, everything. Mental game. They've been 10% lower than average. And we're 0 for 9 with runs in scoring position. And that is not going to win you a Game 7 of the World Series against Houston. That is the problem. We just saw the problem. They are 0 for 9 with runners in scoring position. I'm glad they made that into a graphic. Here's the pitch. Ball 1. Austin Barnes got away with one. Morton knows it. That was actually a strike. Luckily, this umpire wants to see a good game. And that was way in the strike zone. But maybe Austin Barnes is small. But yeah, that was like the most off I've seen an umpire all night. His name is Mark. It's the most off he's been all night, but also even compared to other umpires. Here's the 1-2 pitch that's popped up and to the infield. Nobody's going to advance. There's one out. Austin Barnes popped one up. Somehow Morton got the better of him. And who's coming up right now? Andre Ethier. We're taking out Kershaw. That's probably a terrible idea, but we're going to bring in Andre Ethier, and let's hope he can get something going. He's 3 for 12 in the in the postseason, so that's not bad. And he is, for you youngsters, I know YouTube is nothing but kids. He was around before you were alive, basically. He's been a Dodger for as long as I can remember. The Dodgers were just average forever, and he was just an average player on an average team. He's gutted it out. Who knows why he's still on the team, but somehow he got away with it. And let's just hope we're not paying him that much money, because the amount of TV time he's getting, he could not have hoped for it. I mean, he's playing in the World Series for the Dodgers, Andre Ethier. It's a Cinderella story. It's very romantic. Morton is just a dweeby-looking guy. Definitely didn't groom himself for the World Series. Here's the pitch. Way outside, and thank goodness, because if Andre Ethier came out and swung at the first pitch again, I would be so upset. He was smart enough to take that pitch, and yeah, it's 1-0, and now all of a sudden, I like Andre Ethier's chances just that much more. Morton is now they're doing side by side of both coaches, and Dave Roberts does not look nervous. Swing and a miss. It's going to be 1-1, and Andre Ethier, that is a good sign that he swung at that one, because Morton just gave him the cheese right over the plate, and he was definitely timed for it right. It looked like a good swing. He just missed it by a little bit. So you know what? If he's gonna get a pitch like that, he better be swinging. Here's the pitch. That is a grounder, and it's going to hit the gap. Andre Ethier just got on base in the World Series, and Jock Peterson is going to come home. It is now 1-5, and let's hope we broke the seal, so to speak. And Andre Ethier coming through for the Dodgers. Who knew? It's a Cinderella story. That is great. He was hurt maybe all season, didn't play any games. Somebody has an Ethier towel in the crowd. That thing looked like it was from '97. And yeah, he just hit a ground ball between the first baseman and the second baseman. And yeah, we got a run, and he's got an RBI here in Game 7 of the World Series. And Jock Peterson, a youngster, is, you know what, he's going to have to give Andre Ethier lifelong respect now. Morton looks pretty upset, and he looks very nervous. And he's got the top of the order coming up. Wow, this is primetime Dodgers baseball. Chris Taylor, don't swing at the first pitch. And sure enough, he's just been a little bit off. And yeah, that was a strike. I'm glad he didn't swing. It was kind of a crazy curveball. But he's been a little bit off, but that is okay. He still gets on base. It's 0-1, and Morton, you know, he knew that he wasn't going to swing. Andre Ethier, good-looking guy, but wow. Strike two, swing and a miss. Chris Taylor just bit on an outside slider, and the Dodgers in general, they cannot lay off those pitches. And Chris Taylor was just swinging, and it was so far outside. Yeah, Andre Ethier looks good. He's a good-looking guy. He's definitely aged well, but he's a little bit bald, so he's got to keep the helmet on. 99 miles an hour on the top left corner. So that was high and outside, 99 miles an hour. That is definitely everything that Morton has. He went deep for that one, and Chris Taylor still put the bat on the ball. You cannot have a better pitch than that. That's going to be very, very. That would hurt. Morton knows what just happened. He threw the perfect pitch outside corner and high in the World Series, and Chris Taylor still put the bat on the ball. What else can he do? If you were playing a video game and that's where you would put it, and if it went there, you would win every time. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Morton got him on some kind of a moving ball over the pitch, and that was pretty clutch. And maybe that was a changeup, actually. I think that was a changeup, but it started inside. It was an inside slider, maybe, but it went the other way. That was a slider, but for a righty. I don't know what pitch that was. But here we got 2 outs. That is good. I mean, there was only 1 out, so now we have Seager coming up. Still, the situation is still active, and maybe we can get an awesome 2-out rally. And once again, Houston, they just get themselves out of jams, and it happens again. Chris Taylor goes down, and here's Corey Seager. He's 1 for 2 on the night. And if they can get out of this with 1 run, that would be the best case scenario for Houston. Here's the pitch. That's a grounder to the shortstop, and they are going to throw him out at first. The inning is over, and the Dodgers luckily got 1 run. But Morton got them out of a jam. That was, again, just like the double play in the earlier inning when we had people on. That was the worst thing that could have happened in this inning happened as soon as we got everybody on base. So we are going to go to the top of the 7th, and the Dodgers are down 4 runs. Wow. Okay, I am going to take a break. I'll be back. What's up, everybody? We are still on commercial break. Refreshing my video feed. Here we go. Looks like we have Jansen coming into pitch. How fun is this? Game 7. Yep, we are still on commercial break. Yeah, but yeah, could you ask for more in a Game 7? We see Kershaw and Jansen. In the World Series, he's over 1. He's 2 for 3 on saves. But he had 1 bad game. Here's the pitch. Maybe 2. Ball 1. And Springer, bring Jansen in to go up against the top of the order. And sad to see Kershaw go. because it seemed like he was pitching very, very, very well. But we brought in Andre Ethier, and we got a run, but maybe it didn't really do much for us. Nonetheless, Jansen, perfect pitch, 92. It's fouled away, and Jansen, you know that he's going to bring it. In the postseason, 15 2/3, 1.72 ERA, 192 pitches, appeared in 13 of 15 postseason games. So, honestly, I didn't realize that he was pitching that much the whole entire time. I would just kind of categorize it as the World Series. That is a lot of postseason innings. And, yeah, well, he's probably up for it, but he's got to be a little bit tired. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And, I mean, tired in the sense that his body must mean that he's been going pretty hard for a little while. Who knows how many innings we can get. Maybe he can just go till the 9th. Pui is in right field. His mood does look a little bit better. He doesn't look sad. So that is a step in the right direction. Here's the 1-2 pitch that's popped up and gonna go foul, and Springer is swinging for the fences. Holy cow. He's a leadoff batter, and I think he realized, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this right now. And I think he was one ahead of Jansen in that situation and swung for it. Luckily missed it. So who knows what happens now. It's 1-2. Here's the pitch. That is hit to the gap. Nope. Chris Taylor makes the catch, slides and makes the catch. Oh my goodness. That is an out, 1 out. I am so sorry. I said that made the gap, and it looked like it was in the gap. He covered so much ground so fast. Now we're looking at it in a replay. To a certain extent, he kind of got robbed there. Or not, the batter got robbed. I can't believe Chris Taylor is that fast. If we looked on the internet and they told us everybody's 40 times, I'll bet you Chris Taylor might be number 1. He looked twice as fast as the right fielder, and they were both going the same distance. That was directly between both of them. If anything, it was closer to the right fielder. That is gold stars for life. Strike 1, and that was inside corner. Bregman was definitely looking at that one, and Jansen just threw the cheese right by him. And yeah, Chris Taylor, I cannot believe how lucky we are to have him. He's so valuable and just comes in clutch right when we need it. 1 out. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's swung on and popped up. Looking like it's going to be out of play. But Austin Barnes was looking pretty excited for a little while. But it's 0-2. And yes, this Houston team has been at 0-2 so many times this game. Definitely over 5. The most common count that they've seen by far is 0-2, and somehow they're up 4 runs, and this has only been happening since Darvish left the game. Basically, Darvish happened, and it was 2 innings, and that's how they got those 5, but really, since then, we've been stopping them. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled away, still going to be 0-2, and Bregman, you know what, he can put the bat on the ball. That was a great outside corner pitch. And he hit it. He put the bat on the ball. You can't hope for much more than that if you're Jansen. If he fouls it off, good for him. That was the exact same pitch as Morton's 99-mile-an-hour pitch. Here's the 0-2 to Bregman. That is pulled foul. Still going to be 0-2. Thank goodness there's 1 out already. No reason to get nervous. We have 3 more innings to try to score runs, and we have put people on every single time. I think we have over double digits now in leaving runners in scoring position. So we're gonna get hits. It's what we do. Not time to get nervous. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Outside by a little ways, 94, and Bregman was too smart for that. And yeah, there was nothing on that one. It's just a fastball way outside. Gurriel definitely has the best hair out of everybody on the field. And you know what? Gaddis is my favorite Astro. That's the coach. Don't mind. You know what? I don't like him that much. Here's the 1-2 to Bregman. Way outside again. That was a 92-mile-an-hour slider. But if that thing would have started over the plate, he would have bid. That would have worked. That's just what Jansen does. That time it was just too far outside. 2-2. Not that big of a deal. They are showing somebody else in the dugout. I don't know who that is. Alex Cora, the bench coach, it reminds me of Ray Romano. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Bregman goes down. First strikeout for Kenley Jansen here in the World Series, and he's excited too. He wants to be here. He deserves it as much as anybody else. So we saw Kershaw and Kenley Jansen, who was just awesome closer, never got hit, saved every game he came in, and then all of a sudden in the World Series, somebody hit a home run off of him. And that home run, I think it kind of stung his ego a little bit. And who was that? I think that was Springer that hit that home run. And I think that bruised his ego a little bit, and he threw at their faces for a little bit, but let's hope he's over it, because Altuve is up right now, and it's 1-0 to Altuve. That was a way outside slider, and Jansen, I'm sure everybody knows, okay, that is Altuve. He's a dwarf. He's probably about 5'5", no strike zone that can hit the ball. What are you supposed to do as a pitcher? Seems so difficult. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Outside bottom corner, and it's fouled away. Altuve put the bat on the ball, and Jansen could not have put it in a better spot. Maybe would have been called a ball, but yeah, that was probably in the strike zone. So I would consider that a win for Altuve. Now they're showing another coach on Houston eating sunflower seeds. Got it on his shirt. That was not a good look. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's high and inside, but just by a little bit. What we don't want to see is Jansen going to high inside pitches too much. He loves throwing chin music to get people off the plate, but it can bite him in the ass. So that was the perfect statement pitch. Don't take it any farther than that. And you're gonna have to beat Altuve straight up, Jansen. And yeah, he calls time, and now he wants to talk to Austin Barnes. Who knows why? Altuve is complaining about something. He is, the umpire is taller than he is. It's always funny every single time. And yeah, every time that they're in the dugout, you can hardly see him. It's not the world of baseball was not designed for guys that look like Jose Altuve for Houston, but he can hit. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That's a perfect pitch, but high and called. And it was called a ball. So it's 3-1. But yeah, he's perfect size to be. He's like Tom Cruise size probably. And if after this he might have a career in, he might consider becoming an actor. Here's the pitch, outside corner, called ball, and that was a ball. And I think Jansen pitched him correctly. What else can you do? He seems to be confused. He thinks that should have been a strike, but it was a perfect pitch, but it just curved out of the strike zone. Altuve was not swinging. Who's coming up right now? Correa is coming up right now. Carlos Correa. He's batting .286 in the World Series, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs, and he's just one of those guys that can hit a home run at any time, all or nothing. Combined totals in wins and losses this postseason: wins, home runs. So these two have got to be. I gave him one when I went to go get the table. So Altuve is on first, and yeah, this is a duo. It's a match made in heaven. I don't really like the Astros right now. I respect them a whole lot, but as time goes on, and if something does bad happen, the wounds will heal, and I will like Correa and Altuve, but not right now. Here's the pitch. He steals. Barnes throws it over, not even close, and all of a sudden, wow, Altuve is on second, and that just validates the hitting batting partnership that these two have. Altuve, no wonder Correa. This is just, it'll be fun to watch. And yeah, that was just a bad throw from Austin Barnes, and just everything doesn't seem to be going the Dodgers' way. They seem to be getting bad luck. They're making fielding errors. They are leaving people on base. A couple bad calls on balls and strikes, and the only bright spot so far has been that catch to start this inning from Chris Taylor. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's hit very hard down the line. It's going to be 1-1, and definitely a bad sign if you're Kenley Jansen, and Correa stared him down. Luckily, Jansen wasn't looking, but yeah, that was a bit disrespectful. Watson is warming up in the bullpen. I used to have so much confidence with all these pitchers. Everybody was just, it was so easy to watch. We went on cruise control dealing with the bullpen. It's been a different story here in the World Series. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and that's popped up. Let's hope, Seager gets underneath it. 3 outs. We are going to the bottom of the 7th. Turner is coming up. Turner, Bellinger, Puig. And we have had our opportunities, so let's hope they can actually do it this time. And it's not time that we really start. It's not really time that we start to get nervous, but it's getting close to the time where we. It's getting close to the time where we might start getting nervous. We are on commercial break. I'm gonna refresh this. How's it going, everybody? It's Game 7 of the World Series. And Turner's coming up. Couldn't hope for anything better. And you remember when Turner hit that walk-off home run earlier in the series, or maybe that was in the last. Either way, it was a 9th inning walk-off home run to win the game at home. And we have to keep remembering that because he did that. And if he did it once, he can definitely do it again. But also, he's already won our hearts. And Justin Turner can do whatever he wants. If he just walked out to the plate and just took a poop and walked away, I would applaud. Because he's already done everything that we asked him to do. But maybe he can give us a little bit more. And I think no matter what, we got to look into a Kickstarter for next season. Everybody throw in $1. If anybody deserves it, it's Justin Turner. But I guess we'll see how this plays out on the Kickstarter, because I didn't think that he could do no wrong. But in the World Series so far, he has just not been there. And it's I can't explain it. I'm not an expert in baseball, but it looks to be a combination of mental and physical. It looks like it's perfectly 50-50. And I think that although he looks composed and was having a great time in the postseason because we were just winning, I think that he feels the pressure. And I think that with, I don't know, maybe he's just not 100, who knows. It just hasn't been working for him. But that is okay. You know what? He's basically, as far as Dodgers fans are concerned, he's the second coming of who's the best Dodger of all time. Maybe he's going to be the best Dodger of all time. But, you know what, or maybe the second coming of Christ, but probably not. You know, I'm just going to play the odds on that one. But he does resemble Jesus a little bit, and I like the comparison. Now we are back from commercial break. They are showing Puig throwing his bat. World Series 27, sweet logo. YouTube directly in their logo. That must have cost a lot of money to make. Game 7 summary. George Springer 2-run home run ties World Series record with 5 home runs. Astros 5 pitchers used, 1 run, 6 hits. Clayton Kershaw. All right, I couldn't read that all. I'm gonna have to work on my reading out loud. Springer with the mohawk is out in the field, and he's got a sweet necklace, though you know his girlfriend or wife does not like it. That is just not something I think that they would like. It's like a little too close to a puka shell, and I know I've heard that women do not like puka shells. You remember Fred Couples, the golfer? My mom loved him, and she even said nope. Red Sox, they're showing a clip of previous World Series winning teams, and let's hope that it is the Dodgers. It turns out the Astros, I don't think, have won a World Series in 55 years, so that's longer than the Dodgers, so that is pretty amazing. How is it so hard to win a World Series in baseball? We got Turner up right now. This is the best situation. YouTube TV everywhere. YouTube, the coach of Houston, his name is AJ something, and then YouTube, Dave Roberts. I'm sure they got something on YouTube. Go check him out. Kenley Jansen is, maybe they're going to, who knows. He did look a little frustrated in the dugout. I don't know why. Here comes Jesus. He's 1 for 1 on the night. He was hit by a pitch twice. McCovers Jr. Had a terrible night, got blown up. Luckily, no runs, but yeah, hit Turner twice. And I think Turner, I mean, that just, I'm sure it didn't feel good, but at least he got on base. I will take him on base right now, 100% of the time, because a home run doesn't get us too much. Here's the pitch. He takes strike one, 95 miles an hour, and Morton is back in the game, and maybe he's got some mojo back because he did end that inning on a bang, and he came through clutch. Morton, although he's very dweeby looking, he looks confused, needs to hit the gym. He came through clutch the last inning, and now it's 1-1 to Turner. That was low, and we are right back at it. Morton, you know what? Just he seems a bit spazzy in the delivery and also just the result of the pitch. He has, I don't know, he seems a bit spazzy. He didn't shave. He's got a weird looking goatee. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Low and outside. That's ball 2. And thank goodness the umpire did not call that a strike. And Turner is ahead in the count. Bellinger is on deck. He's 0 for 3. And Bellinger, if there's one person to blame for so many runs being left on base, it's Bellinger, but it's not his fault. All he does is swing hard. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled away, and that was definitely going to be a ball. Turner is just not in the zone, and you can still see the mark on his shoulder blade over the T in his name of where he got hit by a pitch. I don't know how much smudging could have happened. I mean, is there like paint on the ball or something? How could there be so much like goop on the ball that it would leave a mark like that? It is very odd. Kuchel is warming up in the bullpen, and that is bad news, everybody, because he is a badass. Luckily, Verlander is an old man, and there is no way we get to Verlander, but if we do, this will be the best Game 7 World Series ever. No outs. Here, it's Justin Turner, best situation. Here's the pitch. Swung on and popped up, and that's going to be an out. Turner, that was weird. He popped it up, but it stayed in the infield, and Turner is walking off the field, and we need him to get excited. Cody Bellinger is up right now, and the Houston Astros are doing exactly what they need to do to win a baseball game. So that is bad news for the Dodgers, and it's not time to start getting nervous. But somehow Morton is getting them through this, and you know, maybe I'll change my mind on this guy. We'll see what happens. But you know what? Hit the gym, buddy. Bellinger's at the plate. Here's the pitch. Strike one, and that was an inside slider that actually stayed over the plate. You know what? Probably smart he let that one go, but that one was actually a strike. I think that shows he's got a little bit of discipline. It's 0-1, and you know what? He definitely could have hit a home run. Here's the pitch. Inside slider, swing and a miss, and these pitchers have exposed a couple of our batters, our lefties. Our batters that are lefties have been a bit exposed, and this inside slider is getting them every single time. Morton knows exactly what he wants to do. Here's the 0-2 pitch, called strike 3. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th, and the Dodgers have run into Morton, who, I mean, is he pitching good? It doesn't really seem like it. Puig is up right now. Maybe he can get something going. A 2-out inning isn't out of the question. And what kind of a pitch was this? It was just outside corner over the plate. And yeah, if the problem is if he knows that they're swinging at all those sliders, that outside pitch becomes that much better. And inside ball 1 to Yasiel Puig. Somebody didn't tell Morton that Puig never swings at the first pitch. And Bellinger has his head down. This is not a good look for the Dodgers right now. Puig steps out of the box. That is a good idea. His arms are so jacked. Who knows how much he can bench? Probably over 300. Bellinger throws the Gatorade cup that's actually water. Here's the pitch. Inside again, 98 miles an hour. And no doubt Morton has a little bit of juice behind his fastballs. I think it's surprising everybody a little bit. And Yasiel Puig is batting 154 in the World Series. And these Dodgers, they look frustrated. And they have not cut to the fans of Dodger Stadium in a long time. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That's a ground ball to the shortstop. They throw it over to first. And that's 3 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. And not what we wanted to see. We got to the Astros bullpen and haven't been able to make hay out of it at all. And Morton is coming through for Houston. And this would just be another time when one of their pitchers, the other one being Peacock, just got them through a jam and pulled one out of their ass. So let's hope that that doesn't happen. I've been going for a little while now, and we have 2 more innings to go. It's not time to get nervous, but we're getting pretty close. You know what? I think it's official that we should definitely be starting to get nervous. It's actually official. I'm going to take a break. I'll be right back. We are back from commercial break, and Alex Wood is at the mound. He's 1-0 versus Gurriel, and it's now going to be 2-0, and not a good start for, I think his name is Alex Wood, who's not related to the Wood on the Cubs from back in the day. That was quite disappointing. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and that is hit hard to center field, and Chris Taylor's going to catch it. That's 1 out, and that was literally like the first time that the Dodgers just had one hit right to him. Everything else has been to the corners. It's been awkward. Nothing's been easy. And you know what? I get excited that it's Gaddis every time McCann comes up to the plate. Gaddis is way better than McCann. But you know what? We'll take McCann. He seems like he's a good catcher. And he's 0 for 2 in the World Series, batting .208. But been doing pretty good behind the plate. Here's the pitch. Strike 1, and that was inside. So thank goodness the umpire Mark is, his name is Mark. Thank goodness that he is not perfect, because that time we got hooked up, and overall we've been getting hooked up more than them. Here's the pitch. Ball 1, and that was amazing. Bottom is like on the line exactly, and called a ball. So it's 1-1, and he didn't get screwed though. That might have been under the line. This guy looks young. He hasn't been pitching much, that's for sure. Haven't seen him at all during the World Series. So that is not a good sign for the Dodgers. But honestly, ever since Darvish, we have been able to hold them to no runs. And with so many people in scoring position, you would think that we would have more than one. Things have not been going our way at all in this game. Here's the 1-2 pitch. strike 3, and Wood gets a strikeout right off the bat. That was on the outside corner. McCann goes down looking, and you know what? Wood seems to have a little bit of sauce, not gonna lie. I see a few Astros fans, but not many. Once again, they have to get everybody, all the fans, they have to all get the same shade of orange. Everybody has a little bit different color orange. Like even this guy's hat are 2 different oranges. It's very confusing. We need one solid color of orange. Gonzalez is up to bat. He's 2 for 2 on the night. That is low for ball 1, and that is certainly exactly where Wood wanted that pitch. Gonzalez just didn't bite. Every time they show somebody in the dugout, I never know who it is. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Outside corner. That's another perfect pitch. Strike 2, and right off the bat, Wood seems to know exactly what he's doing. Maybe it was a good idea to take out Jansen. They're showing Springer now. That I know for sure because his name is long enough. It shows up. Here's the pitch. Swung on. That's fouled away. It's going to be 1-2 to Gonzalez, and this is exactly what we wanted to see. Quick outs, and Wood doing well. And honestly, the Dodgers have been pitching very well after Darvish. Darvish gave up so many runs so quickly. It was Fast and Furious 10. It's going to be in theaters. Luckily, we got him out of there. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Outside, that's 2-1, or it's 2-2. Yeah, this guy Gonzalez, he doesn't look. Oh man, that guy was chugging a 24 of a green something, Tecate or some kind of Mexican beer. I guess they still have the booze flowing. Here's the 2-2 pitch, swung on, fouled away, and Wood is so close on every single one of these pitches. And yeah, that guy was chugging beer. Definitely, you can tell. He definitely, he had what we would call a beer belly. And another guy sitting directly behind the batter also has a beer belly. You know what? Not a good look. It's 2-2. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled away, and Wood continues to throw. Great pitch after great pitch after great pitch. And everybody, it's been happening all night. Everybody can put the bat on the ball, and how is that not a strikeout? That would have been a strikeout against anybody else, not the Astros, and it's still 2-2, and Gonzalez is still at bat. 2 outs, so that's good. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to Turner, who throws over to first, and we got 3 outs going to the bottom of the 8th, and if the Dodgers are going to do anything, it's going to have to happen now. Going to commercial break. The Astros fans that are in attendance, and oh no, this is their stadium in Houston. They fill up the stadium for an away game. Talk about free money. Another perk to going to the World Series. If anybody deserves it, it is the Houston Astros, and good for them to think about, just getting all the fans together and just getting them in the crowd, and maybe charging them to get in. But getting them together and they can enjoy the moment together because, I hate to say it, but the Astros, they deserve it. Both teams deserve it, but right now I would say that the Astros deserve it a little bit more. And if you would have seen that crowd just now that were watching an empty field, you would be a little bit worried as well. They knew what was going on, and yeah, they were pretty raucous. But I guess them going to the stadium with the players on the field and off the field for most of the actual time, it's pretty similar because there's a lot of downtime. Either way, it must be nice if you can build a stadium and sell tickets and get people to come. Still on commercial break. I'm just going to keep on going. Jock Peterson is up right now. Thanks for coming. I'm going to do other sports. I think basketball is my favorite and the most fun. But don't worry, next season I will continue doing Dodgers broadcasts. And who knows? Next year, let's just hope that we win the World Series. But if we don't, Next year we got another opportunity. It's too bad we got to wait like 190 games or so many games to see it happen again. Best case scenario, we're gonna have to watch over 100 games, if you count preseason and stuff, hundreds of games to get the Dodgers back to the World Series. So that is quite a daunting task. But at least they're gonna have another opportunity. But who knows? The Dodgers always hit. The one thing that they're good at is hitting. In 2 innings, they can do a lot. Yes, it's nerve-wracking. I understand. It's just more than anything. It's just unlucky that the Houston Astros are so good, and we're playing them in the World Series. But who knows? The game is not over. And the problem, though, was if you looked at the Dodgers, they looked pretty down on themselves the whole entire time. And on top of that, the stadium was sleeping. They have not cut to the stadium in a long time. They have not gone to the decibel meter, which is a standard for sports arenas. They have not cut to either. And we got a hipster-looking guy. That's not even a hipster beard. This guy, he's got the most badass beard. He's the only one allowed to wear it. Here's the first pitch to Jock Peterson, who's hitting great and just a great surprise in the lineup. But yeah, the pitcher warming up, he has a crazy beard, and I complain about these people not shaving, but the rule is who's ever got the coolest beard gets to keep it. Everyone else has to get rid of theirs. He's got the coolest beard. He's allowed to have it, and he'll let Devinsky slide because that would be he's tough. Here's the 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, and Morton is continuing to throw pitches that are just good enough to work. And I don't know, something happened in the last 45 minutes. Even the Dodgers were playing with much more angst, and somehow Morton, through his style and just rhythm and pitching, has been able to calm them down. And now they're just looking a little bit deflated as batters, and maybe that is a perk to Morton that I didn't see at first. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Peterson swing and a miss, and I was gonna say that was another inside slider that worked on a lefty, and this isn't you know what, it might be an infection because it started with Cody Bellinger, and then it went to Seager, and now I think Jock Peterson has it too. Thank goodness this is the last game and they can take some antibiotics before next season. But here comes Logan Forsythe, and he is immune to all diseases. He might be a machine. We should check. Here's the pitch, strike one, and he took that one. It was a great pitch from Morton. But yeah, Forsythe might be a machine. I think that's what confused me at first. At first I didn't really like him, and I was like, why is he here? He's not really doing anything. He plays second base. Oh well. You know what, I didn't see like how, anyway, he's a robot, so he just stayed under the radar for a little while. It's good that we have a robot on the team. I love him. You know what, maybe I don't, you know what, I was a little bit tough on him earlier streams. This might be different people listening right now, but I was tough on Forsythe, and he proved me wrong. But if he turns out to be a robot, I can't think of a joke. Now they're showing Darvish in the dugout. At least he didn't go home. That's ball 2, and it's 2-1, and Morton, you know what, Forsythe does have a groomed beard. He groomed for the World Series. Austin Barnes, cleanly shaven, spit and polish, put him, you know what, that guy, he knows what he's doing. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swung and popped up. Please go foul, but knowing the Dodgers' luck, that would stay fair. Nope, that's foul. And luckily, Logan is still at bat. You know what? He does remind me a little bit of Wolverine with the beard, and if it turns out that Forsythe does have if he does have superpowers and he is Wolverine, we would have like, whoa, how would we have known? And then his name's Logan. We're like, oh, duh. Logan. What's his name? Logan? Yeah, there we go. That's definitely Wolverine. We should have seen that coming. But nonetheless, he's up right now. You know what? Who knows? He might just be human. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled away. And he he's not giving anything up. Possibly didn't have to swing at that, but it turns out it didn't curve much and would have probably been called a strike. But he swung and fouled it away. So good outcome, but you know, a pretty wild swing. Dave Roberts doesn't look nervous. Turner, Jesus, he can do whatever he wants. If he should just be dancing. Puig, he can do whatever he wants to. Puig gets a pass, and Puig and Turner can do whatever they want. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Wolverine. Swung on and popped up. That is going to be probably an out. And yes, we now have 2 outs, and I think Austin Barnes is coming up for the Dodgers, and now this is definitely time to get nervous. Darvish gave up so many runs, and Austin Barnes is up right now, spit and polished like he just got out of West Point. And luckily he hits home runs, so he got out of duty, and right now he is the catcher for the Dodgers. He's 0 for 3 on the night, not having a good World Series, and if anybody has the fortitude to do something out of nowhere, it is Austin Barnes. Here's the pitch. Way outside, check swing, and he went. And that is not a good sign. That wasn't even close. Austin Barnes looks a little bit too excited. And Yasiel Puig, he's beyond sad face Puig now. Now it's just Puig. Another guy on the Astros looking happy. Here's the pitch. That was low. It's 1-1, and we just need something right now. Who's going to be pitching for Houston? I bet you they got somebody saved up, and that is also going to be a problem. Oh yeah, it's the guy with the beard, with the best beard. Number 60. Number 60 for the Astros is coming in, and he's got the best beard out of both teams, and that's not a good sign either. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on, hit hard, and that is going to be caught by the center fielder. The guy that I didn't know who he was, just made a catch in the World Series, and a little bit of TV time. Austin Barnes goes back to the dugout, and this is time when we should start getting worried. Going to commercial break, they're walking off the field, and Morton is proving me wrong. I think I sized him up just mainly on his looks right off the bat, and you know, I just went negative. I went negative. I just assumed that, you know what, he's a little too skinny, doesn't hit the gym, and I assumed too much. I went negative, and I didn't give him a chance, and he's proven me wrong. It's the second time he's proven me wrong. Or it's the second time that, never mind. Still on commercial break. So this is definitely the last money that Fox and Major League Baseball are going to make this year. This commercial is it. And then they have a little bit of commercials afterwards because people stay on the channel a little bit while longer. And then they're done. You know, it's a sad day for Major League Baseball owners when baseball is over. But everybody else definitely could use a break. Still on commercial break. What is going on, everybody? Let's see. I think you can count to see how many people. Let's see what's going on. Still on commercial break, and the Dodgers, will they go out with a bang or a whimper? It's looking a little bit like a whimper right now, and they were hitting early, very, very hard. They had people on base. They were getting walks. Nobody came home. And McKeevers Jr., that was the guy that we needed to tee off on, and they pulled him out right in the nick of time. And it's just, in general, so far, everything, even the small things, have been going Houston's way. And even the way that they've been using their pitchers, pulling people out or not pulling people out, they just got them out of there. And, you know, we didn't do that. With Darvish, I don't think that there's even really an opportunity to take him out. It should have just been obvious right from the bat from Dave Roberts that these people have a bead on the way that he's pitching, because getting blown up 2 times in a row, it's a sign. And Dave Roberts probably should have seen the way they were batting in the first inning and just pulled them right off the bat. I mean, I don't even know if that's a thing to do in baseball, but the writing was on the wall so early. And if there's anybody to blame if we do end up losing, it's I don't think nobody. Dave Roberts, maybe he should have just started Kershaw. Wood, luckily, had a good inning last time, and he's got a strike to, who's this guy? Morton is pitching. They're leaving him in there. And yeah, man, now he's batting. He looks so dweeby. Here's the pitch, and he's got his pants are a little bit too high, and he's got his shirt tucked in, but he kind of pulled it out a little bit, and so it's kind of rolled over the top. Definitely looks like the type of guy to do that. There's the second pitch, and no, is that strike 3? Yeah, that's strike 3. It was outside, and wow, that was the quickest 1, 2, 3 strikes I have ever seen, and we got one out. Mabin is coming up to bat. And this is the guy that caught the ball in center field. It was looking like it possibly could have. It was looking like it could have landed, but then he just ran over there and got it. And his back pocket is hanging out with nothing in it. Kind of like when you get your clothes out of the laundry and you put it on. Sometimes you gotta check the pockets. And yeah, his back pocket is hanging out. Nobody told him. It's 1-0. And you know what? I'm not scared of a guy as a pitcher. If I'm seeing a guy with his back pocket hanging out, here's the pitch. He's safe. Another ball, so it's 2-0. I'm not too worried about this guy. Huge spit. And this game is, how is it already in the 9th inning? Here's the pitch. Strike 1, swing and a miss, and Mabin swung for the fences. And it is amazing that it is the top of the 9th inning already. How did that happen? It was the 4th inning forever. And then all of a sudden it's the 9th inning. What happened to the rest of those innings? It's 2-2 to Mabin. And, you know, Wood seems to be pitching very, very good. Here's the pitch. Low and outside, strike 3, but called a strike. And he just got screwed, and he's definitely complaining. And trust me, you are correct. That thing was so far outside. The umpire just wants to get this over with. And Wood gets a lucky strikeout. Now, that would have been much better off earlier in the game when I don't know. There's Darvish should have struck out McCann, and he walked. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled away. And Springer is, if you just saw the way that he was swinging, you would think that this was the World Series, because he was on another level. After watching the Dodgers take swings of the bat, Springer looks way better. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2, and he is also swinging for the fences. Maybe baseball decided to go back to the old balls for Game 7, and Houston figured it out and decided to go for base hits instead of home runs. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That's hit to center field, and Chris Taylor makes the catch, and we are going to the bottom of the 9th inning. This is it. No matter what happens, this is gonna be the end. And we're going to commercial break, but I will stay right here with you guys. And do the Dodgers end with a bang or a whimper? And so far it has been a complete whimper. Who is up to bat? A. Wood. So they're going to have to bring in a pinch hitter. And this is not a good situation. Something makes me think it's going to be Chase Utley. And you know what? Whatever happens. If it turns out being Chase Utley, that's just funny and good for him. And you know what? He's probably the best choice. Who else do we have? But this is a dire situation, but at least we're going to get the top of the order coming up. But definitely, let's just put in Chase Utley. Oh, actually, no, never mind. Yesterday they showed a graphic that showed he was 0 for 27 in the postseason. And I wondered why he was even in there yesterday. They're definitely not going to put in Chase Utley. You don't lead off the inning with somebody that's over 29 in career postseasons, and that's Chase Utley with the Phillies. And now that I think about it, when was the last time you've heard of Chase Utley doing anything cool? So don't put him in. Maybe Granderson. Who knows? Who knows who they go to? It says Alex Wood. Maybe he bats 300, and I just don't know about it. That would be the best case scenario, but is it time to start getting nervous? Yes. This first batter will This first batter will tell us everything we need to know, though. So that is good. If he gets out, we're screwed. I refreshed my video, and it's now going a little bit slow. I forgot to do it at the beginning of the commercial, and probably didn't need to push that. You would think after all these games, I would have figured out how to stream baseball. But this is, I think, the internet is just going a little bit crazy because it is the World Series. Oh, got it back. Now I just got to hit play. We are still probably on commercial break. Oh no, is it 0-2 to Alex Wood right now? Is that happening? Let's take a look. I think it's 0-2 to Wood, which I don't understand why you would play Wood. Oh no, never mind. That confuses me every time. Chris Taylor is coming up, and let's see. They're showing us something. 60-29, first half record. Carlos Correa out with torn ligament in left thumb. In August 31st, they acquired Justin Verlander. Yeah, that was cheap. And they beat Boston. Second World Series appearance in franchise history. And a Cinderella story for the Astros. You got to be super happy. Too bad we didn't play the Yankees. I had no idea how good the Astros play baseball. It's super bad luck. And somehow Morton is pitching the bottom of the ninth in Game 7. And Morton, you know what? He's really starting to impress me. And guess what? Chase Utley is up. He's 0 for so much. He's 0 for 5 in the World Series. He's never got a hit in, and he takes a strike right over the middle. Morton is not, he knows exactly who he's pitching against. And we got Chase Utley. He's 0 for 5. And I guess me talking about who was coming up to bat was definitely something that should have been talked about. And it is Chase Utley. Don't we have somebody else? It's 0-1. He's got the bat on his shoulder. It looks weird. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled away, and it's 0-2 to Chase Utley right off the bat. And Verlander is in the bullpen, definitely not going to have to come in. And I bet you Dodger Stadium is everybody sitting on their hands because they have not cut to Dodger Stadium in so long. And Houston Astros are on their way to winning the World Series against the Dodgers, which is so disappointing. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that was ownage from Morton and Chase Utley. I called that. I knew that was going to happen. I told you guys that he's 0 for something. They didn't even mention it this time, I bet. And that will go down for me as another super bad decision from Dave Roberts. Luckily, I have it. You know, we can check the tapes, but there's 2 of them, and Chris Taylor is up right now. He's 1 for 4. Had a great double in the first inning, hasn't done anything since, and we have 1 out. Pui looks so defeated, and if you're gonna blame anybody, sadly, you gotta blame Darvish. But also Bellinger for also leaving so many batters out there, or so many runs. But there's always 2 outs, and he swings for the fences. You can't help it. Charlie Morton, 3 1/3 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned runs, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. So who knew? Morton he doesn't look like he would be good. Here's the pitch. That's fouled away, outside corner, and Taylor was smart to swing at it, but just fouled it away. And once again, the Dodgers just look a little bit off. They're 10%. They're a little bit off. Nothing has been going their way. And in the first inning with Darvish, Bellinger made an error, and I don't know, something's in the water. Here's the 1-1 pitch. It's 2-1. That was a ball, and it was probably a strike. Morton kind of got screwed, and I think the umpire is hooking up the Dodgers a little bit. It's like 4 or 5 in a row now for the Dodgers, and YouTube TV is everywhere. This is YouTube, so you guys know about it. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. It's 2-2, and Chris Taylor swung so hard. At least there are some signs of life in that bat, but he missed. It's 2-2, and Corey Seager is coming up next, and he has not been handling the slider well. They're owning him. Here's the pitch. That is a ground ball to the second baseman, and Chris Taylor is very fast and almost beats it out, but doesn't. And there are 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th, and it is officially time to get nervous. Now, for the first time ever, the Houston Astros themselves, the team, have been showing smiles that they just won the World Series. Those smiles are starting to come out, and Corey Seager is up right now, and we need a legendary 2-out rally without Wild Horse Pui, with Sad Face Pui, and you know what? I just don't think we can do it. 2-out rally. We need the Wild Horse. Everyone looks pretty defeated. Wolverine, his hair is staying in there pretty well. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to the second baseman, and they throw it to first. Houston Astros won the 2017 World Series. The Dodgers lost Game 7. They are grown men acting like children, and 2017 World Series champs, Houston Astros. That is that is a cool logo. I definitely like that logo. And definitely the billionaire in the house, you can just tell by the suit he was wearing. Very happy. And wow, the Houston Astros just beat the Los Angeles Dodgers in Game 7 of the World Series, and it's over just like that. So much excitement going down. That is not the color blue. Darvish is still in the dugout, and yeah, the rich guy the rich guy owner, who looks like a rich guy owner, very happy. You should have seen that suit. $5,000 suits are pretty sweet, except if you are the billionaire, then it's not quite as cool. The catcher McCann is getting a hug from somebody. He did great. He did great as a catcher. He hit the ball, and Dodger Stadium. This is we couldn't do it first try. That would have been too good. That would have been too good to be true, to get to the World Series with a team and then win it first try. The next time they're going to have all the will have done it before, and they'll know what to expect, and they'll have a way better chance to win. So there is a silver lining that now they've done it, and I mean now they've done it. So next time it will be easier. Pui is still in the dugout. YouTube TV, sad face Pui, best marketing, and they're still getting the most out of it. And we have two different. We have the most excited people ever, and then the saddest people ever. And Altuve, who made that out? Is he a second baseman? Wow, Altuve is a second baseman. Well, that makes a lot of sense now. And he's definitely my favorite second baseman that I've ever had in baseball. 5'5" second baseman that is the best hitter in the league. What a story. He's officially my favorite second baseman. Luckily, there are not many cool ones. And you know what? I'm not gonna blame him because he looks like a gnome. He's 5'5". He's so excited, and he definitely looked like a child when somebody was holding him. And Verlander is looking like an old man. Don't hurt yourself, jumping up and down. And it's too bad that this is all over and the Dodgers have lost. This telecast is still going. What can you do? Thanks for being here, everybody. And if you've been watching these for a little while, I'll be doing it next year, and I'm going to do more sports. So make sure you come back to the channel. Maybe I'll have something that you like. But if not, Dodgers will be back next year, and then maybe I'll learn how to do some visuals better. So like it's not just that, but I'll do it next year. And they're showing McCann in slow motion, and that was the best use of slow motion. This is the best use of slow motion the whole entire time they've been doing the telecast. Is excited people about to cry, jumping up and down, and yeah, that shot right there was worth all the work it went to set that shot up. And Ken Rosenthal, the guy wearing a bow tie, is talking with Morton. Yeah, this guy Morton, who knows what he's saying. I officially changed my tune on Charlie Morton. I sized him up too quickly, and if he just hits the gym a little bit, people might not get confused when they see him out there pitching. He pitched great, and I'm glad that they're talking to him. And Darvish, it's going to be tough for Darvish. And I don't know how you recover from that. If he is able to recover from that and do well in the playoffs again, it would be a good time for him. And let's hope that the Dodgers are good next year, but it seems like we will be. And maybe Darvish will get another opportunity to redeem himself. At least Kershaw did tonight by pitching scoreless innings. So Kershaw is off the hook. Turner, he's Jesus, so he's off the hook. Puig, he's off the hook. Actually, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't blame the Dodgers. They got to the Game 7 of the World Series, and now they are talking to Altuve, who is my favorite second baseman. He's got sweet hair too, and he is very short, much shorter than the reporter. And you know what? It's really weird with the camera guy. You can just totally tell that it's just a little bit too off. In movies, that Tom Cruise, they put him on like a box. And what the camera guy should do is just walk around with the box. And every time Jose Altuve comes to the camera and they're going to interview him, just have him stand on the little box, and it will make life easier for everybody. He's saying something right now. Who knows what it is? He's got the black under his eyes like a football player. And you know what? I like that as well. It means that he doesn't care anything about his looks. Even if it's a pseudoscience and it doesn't actually work, he's willing to give it a try. And he doesn't make it about himself. I can tell that by just like the way he plays and just the way he looks right now. So he's now my favorite second baseman. And have you ever heard of a second baseman as good as him? He's probably already the best second baseman of all time. Who are they talking to now? You know what? Over the course of these 7 games, we've had some ups, we've had some downs, but we should really respect the Houston Astros. All right, I am going to call this quits. Thanks for being here, everybody. Make sure you come back to the channel. If not, I'll see you next year.